classes and helping us out all game today. So that's right. It's right now my thermometer says it's 27 degrees and the forecast is 100% chance of fun. So keep a hat on, get some sunscreen, and stay hydrated. And we're going to be back in just a few minutes.
All right, mic test 1, 2, 3. Play-by-play, Mike. Mic test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Granted, that thing you can fit in that fast. Joe Madden. Baseball. Graphic WBC. Basically, that's the wall. 50%. And if you have to go with what did you shut
See our Don working down on the Hawks. Logo there again. How's it going, Don?
I'm doing pretty good right now. How are our fans doing so far? You are going to get the word for sure. Nice that people stay cool up in the grandstands. That's the way to do it.
Don, I was wondering, it's a pretty hot day. I know that you assembled 5 tips in order to beat the heat. Can you give us a
And what?
that's what I'm hoping now, yeah.
Absolutely. Number one, stay hydrated. Whether it's ice cold beer, pop, water, whatever it is, let's keep you hydrated. 2, 3, and 4 are pretty obvious, so we'll just skip those.
Right.
And then number 5 is just a mental focus. Just prepare yourself for the heat. Be one with the sun.
Yeah, Don, you always have that heat mantra, you know, when you're warmed up and stuff, that you repeat. Can you just let us know what that is?
The what?
The mantra. That you know, you're getting heated up. That one. Yeah.
As we prepare and we sit in the sun, absorb the nature and have some fun. I want to hear a caw, that nice loud call, as we enjoy the baseball.
Yeah, nice. Now let's do a caw. 3, ready?
All right, now a big caw on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nice. There you go.
We'll work on that. I think we'll get a little bit better later on today after we get a little more hydrated, if you know what I mean.
Well, Don, man, it's also, you're going to be running around, doing a lot of stuff. I know there's this Boston Pizza prize giveaways.
Just as a hitter on that grand, I am sampling just a couple of the pieces.
Yeah, what are your 6 favorite Boston pizzas?
I have to say the sweet and savory Italian is pretty good. The spicy pierogi, the meat lovers, the Hawaiian. It just goes on and on. That's just what I had today.
Yeah, the Boston Pizza delivery guy knows you. Yeah. And then, we had asked you to bring 3 dancers to dance. Were you able to find 3?
No, I couldn't find 3, but I found 380.
Wow, that's
If you
amazing.
take a look over here along this line, we've got a lot of these ladies. They are from Dance Co. And they are going to put on. Look at the Dance Co fans! Where's Dance Co fans? Nice.
All right. busted the dancer's body. What are you gonna do with your life, right?
That was me. This
That
is
was.
a safe space.
I didn't know my mic was on. I'm really sorry about that.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're going to bring up dance going a little bit.
Yeah.
We've got contests and prizes thanks to Boston Pizza. And, of course, t-shirt talks. We're going to have food eating challenges. We're going to have a lot of fun. People are going to win a lot of prizes. And also, there's always something called baseball.
There is, yeah, they're playing baseball. Watch out, they're on an inside. Oh, that was, you know what you say, I mean? The players are throwing baseballs at you, John.
Yeah. Well, let's see what kind of arm I got, Ray.
Check this out, let's see. One off, here it comes. Oh, you should have wound it up a little bit more. Not bad. All right, nice that arm. We're going to hear from you in a couple minutes, Don.
Thanks a lot. Enjoy the game, everybody.
Oh, you want city water? You have it wet. Put a gallon in the water. That's probably the recovery. I bought them for I don't know where you want whatever you want to go roll. I'm going to be listening to everything else. When do I ever want to be developed?
This territory is the ancestral and traditional homeland of many diverse indigenous communities, including the various nations of the Dene, the Lakota Sioux, the Nichirawa, the Siskiyiki, and the Métis Nation Region 4. We also welcome the many Inuits who now call it their southern home. We would like to recognize that the lost down on our site, we are looking out for a response to many young for many indigenous people along the Saskatchewan River. The prereq for this is Kelowna, the gathering place. We pay our respects to our indigenous ancestral relations down in the Kelowna Rescue. We honor these local indigenous communities who still have meaningful relationships and stories of how they land that we will continue in the future. Our appreciation and love of country elders and community members who are working hard to preserve Indian ceremonies, language, and teachings for the advancement of our community. Our commission engaging in reconciliation and empowering the community. Giving us food.
All right, thank you for that great land acknowledgement from our friends at Victoria School of the Arts. And good afternoon, everybody. And welcome to the Diamond in the River Valley rematch field. My name is Graham Neal. I'm up here in the booth along with DJ Terry. Hi, everybody. Looking forward to having a great day of baseball, prizes, music, fun, dancing. We got it all going on today. It was a cool game to present with our friends from
Jesus, that's how much money he has.
You throw in, did you look at his contract? Does he have a bonus in there for throwing the first pitch?
He sure does, yeah. He gets an extra dollar per mile an hour he fires it in.
I love it.
All right, you ready for the first pitch? All right, let's go.
See the drum over there?
Oh, there you go. Oh, you know what? It's going to be $100 right here. East Park, Newton Droppers. Look at the shots on it.
Yeah, you were. What's up front for all these people there? Yeah, pretty good, I guess.
All right, good job. Give it up for Mike, everybody, on the first pitch. And then Ryan, we got more going on, eh?
Yeah, we do. We got Sarah out there on the ball. Sarah, tell us a little bit about the Riverhawks for Kelowna.
Great program we had for all of the pizzas for in and around Edmonton. So we're just today.
Yeah.
Program, you sign up, you get a draw, a lot of kids, not only from Edmonton, but off the surrounding area, Northern Alberta, Alberta, and they had a fantastic day, courtesy of Lots of Beats.
Amazing day. Great weather. Turned out perfect.
Well, you know what, Greg, we got one thing very much here today. We have another surprise. If you look behind me, are you ready for this? This is part of our opening ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome right now, Disco!
Hang on, what's going on?
We got the wrong song, right?
That one?
Yeah.
That's your theme song.
That was mine. Another one bites the dust. It's not only my theme, but it's one of the
No, it is.
Oh, there it is, yeah. Well, that's look at that. Well, you riled them up.
Yeah.
You riled them up.
See, it's a bit confusing, ladies and gentlemen, because the first song that we were supposed to play is actually called Finale. So you can see where the mic people are getting involved. So,
Okay, it's called Finale. We're going to check on YouTube. No, we're ready. Here we go. There you go. Yeah, they're crouched on it. They're ready.
yeah, like me, I was ready to spring like I'm ready to do it. Please stop it. Let's go.
Must be kind of sweet.
to sing our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Great job, Shay. That's our ants go kicking off. You know, it's interesting because ants go is going to be off to Disneyland later this summer. So this is honestly, I was Disneyland when you compare to this. I mean, it's just going to be a disappointment being over here. So I know our guys are working someplace around, getting ready, standing by with a special guest. Almost ready. He's coming in here. Okay, Doug.
Hey, Jason, thank you so much for being with me here from Dansko. How long does it take together?
And a very pleasant Sunday afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Remax Field and the conclusion of the longest homestand of the season, spread over 13 games, and that includes 9 league games. This will be the final one. The Hawks come into play on the homestand at 3 victories and 5 losses, and that includes a nice win last night, a 6-0 victory over the Kelowna Ball Club, an unearned run across the plate in the first inning. 8 batters up, 4 runs scored in the second. They got 1 more in the fourth inning, and the Riverhawks shut down the offense of the Falcons last night. K.J. Ward picked up the victory, his first on the year against 3 losses, a 5-inning distance, a shutout baseball. Twirled a 2-hitter, and he struck out 5. But that was last night, and this is today. We'll get this one underway right about on time at 1:05 Mountain Standard Time. It'll be Dallin Harrison up on the bump this afternoon. We'll check his totals for you in just a second. Here's the way the Falcons line up today. The field manager is Doug Nochade. Jacob Devaney in left field leads it off. Raphael Smink is the shortstop, bat second. Number 3, Jonas Salk is the second baseman in the 3 spot. Griven Palfrey, the DH. Number 8, and he's the cleanout batter. Luke Solis is the third baseman. Kyle Corso is the right fielder. Jackson Bird hits 7th, plays at first base. Trevor Wilson, the center fielder, hits 8th. And Carmen Mercurio, the 9-hole batter, and he'll do the catching here against Dallin Harrison, a right-handed pitcher. And he is ready to go in the ball game today. 1:05 Mountain Time, our start here in the series and the homestand finale. Here's the kick and the pitch, and that is low, 1 ball, no strike. Brandon Strachey calls the balls and strikes today. Blaise LeVay, the umpire at first, and Rob Allen is your umpire working at third. Count of 1 ball, no strike. As you can see, Harrison does not work out of a windup. He comes set, kicks and deals. Ground ball, right side. Assan is up with it, and he'll feed Harrison at the bag. So 3 pitches in and a ground ball out. John, your thoughts on the proceedings last night?
89-mile-an-hour fastball in on the hands and pulled it right down. Marco Sana made a nice play on it. Good toss to Dallin Harrison for the out.
Raphael Smink, the shortstop, is the batter up. Left-handed batter up there. The infield today of Potternack at third, Wheatley the shortstop, Boughton at second base, Marco Sana at first. Tommy Takayoshi completes the battery. Left to right in the outfield is John McGill, Dan Calabrese, and Brett Ott. Count of 1 ball and no strike. Dallin Harrison out of Gilbert, Arizona, down in the Phoenix Valley, 6 feet, 185-pounder, out of the University of San Diego. This will be the 4th start on the year to go along with 3 relief appearances for Dallin, 26 1/3 innings of pitching. Here's the kick in the 2-0 delivery. Breaking ball is in at the knee. 26 in the 3rd innings, 20 hits, 17 runs, 13 earned, 11 walks, 23 strikeouts. Logs an 0-2 record and a 4.44 earned run average. That misses at the knee. Go to ball 3, strike 1. West Coast League hitting a paltry 204 off this young right-hander. Fully back on the middle infield, the second baseman Boughton playing this guy to pull the ball. He's midway between the bags. And the ball's popped up into short left field. Wheatley on the run back with the glasses down. He gets called off by Johnny McGill. And he'll trot in to make the catch. And you got 2 away, a ground ball and a pop fly. And Jonah Salk will be the batter. At 5 o'clock today, it'll be the annual Rule 4 amateur draft conducted by Major League Baseball. And they'll only draft 20 rounds. Now, when our next homestand begins, we'll have the complete list of the Canadian players that were drafted. In the draft last year, 2 Alberta ball players were picked up, a catcher out of Oyen, Alberta, and a first baseman out of Wetaskiwin. The Angels got him. Likely, Louisiana State University's Dylan Cruz figures to be, if not the first, the second pick by the big league ball clubs. There's a ball that's belted out into right center field. Calabrese coming over and cuts it off to a long single, and Jonah Salk is aboard. Florida's Whit Langford expected to go high, and Kyle Teal of Virginia, including some prep schools as well. They figure that Paul Skeens will be the first batter selected, first player selected. Dylan Cruz second, Wyatt Langford third, Walker Jenkins fourth, Max Clark fifth, Rhett Lauder in the 6th spot perhaps. These are just projections. Kyle Teal 7th, Noble Meyer 8th, Chase Dollander 9th, and Jacob Wilson will likely be the 10th pick overall. Again, 20 rounds selected in the June draft. Now, that's not enough to operate a minor league system. The non-drafted players will be signed as free agents. And you just happen to be a friend of the very first player ever selected.
That was Rick Mundy in 1965. It was the very first draft. It was interesting in those days. They were signing people to big bonuses, and then the draft came along. First round draft, Al still gets big bonuses. Rick signed, his bonus in 1965 was $100,000.
It's like $1 million today.
Yeah, well, Spencer Torkelson in 2020 with the Tigers was $8 million. So there's quite a difference.
That was an 88-mile-an-hour sinking fastball thrown by Dallin Harrison, 2 out, man aboard. And the pitch, 87 miles an hour, hard slider run away from the right-handed batter. Griffin Palfrey up there. And we're in the top half of the first inning, just underway. Off day tomorrow, Tuesday morning. It's time to saddle up and head to Kamloops for a 3-game series. And these two clubs will renew hostilities next weekend in Kamloops. Jam shot and a dribbler off to the left side. Wheatley up with it, a throw on one bounce. It's on target. Asana makes the stab. 6-3 on the putout, and that will retire the side. Wheatley's getting better with his fielding and his really lateral distance.
Yeah, he's smoother, Al, and he's more aggressive on it. Very good play.
No runs and a hit, and the man stranded. Bottom half of the first inning coming your way. Our Riverhawk telecast brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Ensure your vehicle performs its best by visiting Jiffy Lube for an oil change today. No appointment necessary. Warranty approved. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving.
It is wonderful shots we have from our drone cam. And you'd be surprised, you might find yourself on that drone cam as we fly a little bit closer to stand once in a while. Some gorgeous shots of the nicest.
Starting pitcher this afternoon for the Kelowna Falcons is Reed Hensley, 6'1", 200-pounder out of Tyler Junior College, a junior from out in West Texas, a place called Lufkin, Texas. It'll be his first start of the year. 7 relief appearances, 9 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 13 runs, and they're all earned runs. 4 walks, 11 strikeouts, and an ERA at 12.10. Reed Hensley takes a gaze down the gun barrel, 92 miles an hour, misses off the outside half of the plate. 1 ball, no strike here to Brett Ott to lead things off. Mercurio behind the plate, Solis at third, Bird at first. Smink is the shortstop. And Solik is the second baseman. There's a ball ridden foul down the left side, now to play. It's going to be Devaney, Wilson, and Corso left to right in the outfield.
Hell, another fastball on the outside. Ott went with it and popped it foul.
The Hawks will return after the road trip. On the 18th of July, the Ridgefield Raptors will be in town. That's a 3-game series, Tuesday, 7:05 on the 18th of July. And the pitch on the way to Brett Ott. High and wide, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ott, a 240 hitter. The other games that are, some of them will be getting underway shortly in the West Coast League. I would imagine pretty much all of them day games being on Sunday. Bellingham Bells are in Ridgefield. Corvallis and Cowlitz Bears are underway, and it's a scoreless ball game in the first inning. Kamloops Northpaw is in Wenatchee, playing the Apple Sox, Nanaimo, and Walla Walla. And the pitch on the way, high and outside, ball 4. Victoria is in Yakima Valley, and the Bend Elks and the Portland Pickles today. Ott draws the walk. Hedgley had him ahead in the count at 0-2, but he lost him. That was 90 miles an hour and about the width of 3 baseballs off the outside edge. And Dan Calabrese, the center fielder, will be the batter. They've dropped him down to the 2 spot today. Johnny McGill will bat third, play in left field. Marco Santa, the cleanup hitter this afternoon, and he will play at first. And here comes the pitch. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Dan Calabrese jumps on the first pitch offered to him. It was a fat pitch out over the plate at 91 miles an hour.
91 mile an hour, and they put it right over the pipe, and nice smooth swing by Dan Calabrese.
Noah Boughton, the second baseman. Tom Poole, the DH. Hitting 7th is Tommy Takayoshi, does the catching today. Jacob Potternack at third base, and Jack Wheatley is the shortstop. Kelowna will be on the iron lung as quick as they can get changed and showered and get on the way. And they will head home on the Yellowhead. He turned this one right around. High fly ball, fairly deep right field. Corso was under that, makes the catch. Tagging up is Brett Ott. He'll move to third. That'll get the job done. No sacrifice. Still in all, it's a deep fly ball. Now you got first and third with 1 away.
Certainly accomplished what he wanted to with that. Johnny McGill got the lead runner moved to third. Now fly ball can score a run.
And Marco Santa, the batter, hitting .270 in 26 ball games. This will be his 101st at bat on the season. And in this series, he is absolutely shone at first base defensively. Made some beautiful plays. Calabrese is on the move. It's an attempt at a delayed double steal. See what happens. And the throw to the plate is going to gun down Brett Ott. Calabrese will move to second with the lead runner out. No stolen base. 1-6-2 on the putout. Good idea. Just didn't work.
Very good idea. Just didn't get it executed the way they wanted to. Very good throw to the catcher.
1-6-2 on the putout on Brett Ott. Calabrese now in scoring position on that delayed double steal. Attempt. It was not a delayed double steal. They attempted it. And they were not successful. Now Santa getting out of the cleanup spot today. Looks at a high pitch. And we'll go to 2 balls and no strikes. And Hensley rocks on the rubber, kicks and fires. 90 miles an hour right down the pipe. And we're 2-1.
You know, Al, it's interesting. We've talked about it before. It's nice to see double steals in that back in the game, hit and run. So many teams just like to go long ball now.
Standings in the West Coast League. In the North Division, Wenatchee at 21-8. They've won 2 straight games. Opened up a 1-game lead on Bellingham at 20-9. Now, these are the season-long totals. Bear in mind that the second half is underway. And Edmonton now with a 1-loss record in half number 2 of a win and a loss. Here's the ball. I don't think it's going to clear the infield. Pop up on the skin here to Solis. And the second baseman makes the catch. So here in the inning, no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man stranded. We're through 1. It's matinee contest day, Sunday afternoon ball game, Boston Pizza giveaway day. And we'll be back with the top of 2 before you know it.
On a mini bike, that's something that you don't see too often. Usually he just flies, and he's flying on that mini bike right now. Look at that. That is pretty crazy. You know what? If people are wondering if that bike belongs to River, only temporarily, because we're giving that away. That is going to be one of the prizes for our fan appreciation contest. So you're going to have to wrestle with River off the bike to get it. But again, if you want to enter into that fan appreciation contest, we're going to put the code up on the screen for you as well. So that's the RCM and all kinds of stuff. So scan that code and you can be entered for win for sure. That looks like the most fun for the day today. That's a sweet, sweet ride. We're trying to get the Riverhawk for a day with party promotion. Have you wrangled up everyone you need? Graham, I wrangled up no one. So if you are a Riverhawk for the day, we need you down here in the alley cat party area so we can run a little contest we got planned. Yeah, that's good. You normally don't have problem attracting fans, so Riverhawk for a day, get to that party pad. I get a couple of the Kelowna Falcons in here soon. And now batting for the Cleveland Falcons, the third baseman number 11, Luke Solis.
Third baseman Luke Solis, leadoff batter. As we get the second inning underway, Dallin Harrison kicks that left leg up and delivers. That one is belt high and down the middle. Off-speed pitch in there at 73 miles per hour. Solis, Corso, and Bird due up here in the second inning for the Kelowna Falcons. And the pitch. That's a fastball at 87 miles an hour. Caught the outside edge. 0-2. Again on the infield tonight. Paternak at third. Osana at first. Whitley at short. Boughton at second base. Tommy Takayoshi completes the battery today. The outfield left to right of John McGill, Dan Calabrese, and Brett Ott. Middle infield is fully back. The second baseman Boughton is about midway between the bags and fully back on the infield skin. Paternak is midway at third. The pitch was a strike, and it's flared foul up the left side and on towards the party zone. 5,300 here on Friday night, about 4,200 here last night. We'll be easily in that 4,200 range today. And here's the kick on the 1-2 pitch, too high. 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
Harrison's throwing 5 pitches here. He's throwing 2 very good breaking balls and 3 fastballs.
Solis trying to get above the Mendoza line. He comes into play today, hitting 083. Well, that might do it. There's a line single to center field. A hanger out over the plate. Breaking pitch. Didn't get the snap on it that he wanted. It was right down the heart of the plate, and Solis is aboard. Kyle Corso is the batter. The Victoria Harbor Cats in the second half, not sure what their second half record is, but they're 21-11, 10 games better than 500 on the composite standings. And the pitch is a strike. Nanaimo Night Owls at 16-13, Kelowna 17-15, Port Angeles 10-20. Riverhawks are 8-21, but again, that's on the full season, and the Kamloops Northpaws are 7-25. Ridgefield Raptors, and we're going to see them next. They're 21-10 on the seasonal-long series. A 2-game lead on the Corvallis Knights at 18-11. Portland Pickles 2.5 out at 16-10. And the Cowlitz Black Bears, 15 victories and 16 losses. Bend Elks are 14-15. Springfield is 12-15. Nanaimo Valley Pippins are 12-20. And the Walla Walla Sweets bring up the rear. They're 10 wins, 19 losses. Not going well right now. They've lost 3 straight ball games. Harrison rocks on the rubber. And the pitch is popped up into short right field. Drifting on in is Brett Ott, and he's camped under that. You got one away.
Good fastball in there. And Dallin Harrison has really mixed his pitch up. His fastball's topping out around 88. And his breaking ball is popping in anywhere from 72 to 74. And the one he didn't get a good snap on, Al, they labeled it for a base hit.
That'll shorten the middle infield up. The outfield remains straight away here in this big ballpark in the North Saskatchewan River. Opened in 1995, so it's now in its 28th year of operation. Seems like just yesterday we opened this ballpark up. Tacoma Rainiers were in town. Don't remember if we won or lost the game, but as you can well imagine, 9,200 were in the stands to watch it. Always a big deal when you open up a new park. Terry Kennedy was managing the Tacoma club that season, and I thought in the decade of the 80s and into the 90s there wasn't a better defensive catcher than Terry Kennedy. And here's the 0-1 pitch, foul to the backstop. Tacoma that night started an unknown ball player coming up through the minor leagues. He played at shortstop that night. You probably know him now. A-Rod, Alexander Rodriguez, was the shortstop for Tacoma. And here's the 0-2 delivery, high and outside. 1 out, 1 on in the top half of the second inning. A 6-0 Riverhawk victory last night in a 2-hour and 50-minute ball game. Except for the rough outing in the 10th inning on Friday night, Riverhawk pitching has done a nice job on this Kelowna ball club. 18 innings out of 19 were zeros over. Scoreless baseball. There's an opposite field flare, and that's going to fall in. And you got second and third now as Luke Solis advances to third base on an opposite field double by Jackson Bird.
That ball wasn't hit overly hard, but he just put it in the place where there's no way that the left.
And because it was hit so slow, McGill had a long run to get to it.
He sure did, and it's just excellent placement.
The Riverhawks will surrender a run on a ground ball if it's hit up the middle, not so much if it's at third or first. Osana and Potternack are just a little bit inside of midway, fully back on the middle infield. And the pitch is a spinner, and the curveball breaks down and away. 1 ball, no strike to Trevor Wilson. Harrison is ready. Here comes the pitch. That was another spinner that misses the strike zone. We'll go to 2 balls and no strikes. Riverhawk leaders just into the second half of the season. This batting average by a country mile is John McGill hitting .388, Noah Boughton hitting .328. Tom Poole and Tommy Takeyoshi are tied for third on the ball club with .311 batting averages. Calabrese leads with RBIs at 17, McGill at 16, and Takeyoshi at 11. 17 ribbies for Calabrese. That's nice totals, and even nicer when you figure that he's a leadoff batter. You don't generally have your leadoff guy getting more RBIs than your 3, 4, and 5 guys. And here's the kick in the 2-1 pitch. Just missed. Takayoshi framed that ball real nice for the plate umpire, Brandon Strachey. Trevor Wilson is the hitter. And the 3-1 pitch is on the way. Swing and a ground ball. That'll score the run. A lazy one hopper to Potternack. Potternack on to first base on a bounce, and Osana makes a nice fielding play. A good first baseman can save the rest of your infielders a whole pile of errors.
We've seen an awful lot from him this year, and that play was a prime example of it. The way that ball scooted on the turf, it was not easy to scoop it, but he did the job like it was just a day at the park.
And it'll be Carmen Mercurio, the catcher, hitting out of the 9th spot. Stolen bases, Brett Ott is the leader with 11. Calabrese's got 9. Nico Leiba, the catcher, and he has got 6 stolen bases. Here's the pitch, and Mercurio with a one hopper wide of third base. Well, they elect not to go to first. They're going to initiate a rundown play. It's going to be Potternack on to Bowden, a fielder's choice to put Mercurio aboard. And that'll do it. A run comes in to score and a pair of hits. 1-0. The Falcons lead. We go to the home half of 2. Second baseman Noah Bowden leads things off here in the home of 2. Tom Poole and Takayoshi are the batters due up. 5, 6, 7 hitters in the Edmonton order. Here against Reed Hensley. Made one pitching mistake in the first inning. Young a deuce out over the plate, and Calabrese lined it up the middle for a base hit. As Noah Bowden swings at a 85-mile-an-hour strike, 0-1. And our first look today at the Zambelli's Prime Rib and Steakhouse in Leduc. Big league scoreboard where the Washington Nationals lead the Texas Rangers 7-2. None of these are final scores as we speak. There's a flare out into left field. That's good as gold. It's going to fall in. And on his way to first is Noah Bowden. He took a long look at second and elected that discretion is the better part of valor. Had he tried for 2, he would have been dead on arrival.
Exactly right. If he'd have gone, they'd have nailed him, but good hit.
Fenway Park in Boston today. The series wraps up with the Athletics leading the Red Sox 3-1. This is the final day of play in the major leagues before the All-Star break. So Boughton aboard on the leadoff single. Hensley comes set and delivers. Pitch is high. Curveball, and he hung it a little bit. Rays 7, the Braves 2. The Marlins are up on the Phillies 5-2 score. And it's the Mariners 3, the Astros no score. Cardinals 2, the White Sox 1. And nothing to report yet from the Mets and the Padres. I believe that'll be the ESPN Sunday night game. The Yankees with a 4-1 lead on the Cubs at Yankee Stadium out in the Bronx. Middle of 7, it's the Royals 4, the Guardians 1. And the top of 7, the Detroit Tigers ahead of the Toronto Blue Jays 3-0. Orioles 4, the Twins 1 in the 5th. The Reds 1, or the Reds trail the Brewers 1-0 in the top of 6. The Rockies and the Giants and the Pirates and the Arizona Diamondbacks in Major League Baseball today. There's an old saying in baseball that if you're in first place by the All-Star break, you're a legitimate ball club. And I think that is certainly the case this year.
And if you're in the position the Mets or the A's are in, it's the other way around.
And here's the 2-2 pitch. Ball is hit right on the screws. It's a fly ball out into left center field. And Trevor Wilson with the glasses down. And he did not make a clean fielding play, but they will get an out on the play. As Noah Boughton is the race trying to advance to second. He correctly stopped. He thought the ball was going to be caught, and it was for a second. Wilson had it. And I think they're saying he held on to it long enough, but he didn't.
Must have.
2 away on the. So Poole is going to fly out to center. And 8-4. And the throw to Salk. A fly out. I haven't seen that one in a long time.
No.
And Takayoshi will be the batter. On outside to Tom, the switch hitter, 1 ball and no strikes. So a fly ball out to center off the bat of Tom Poole. And Boughton is erased, trying to advance to second, 8-4. And there's another ball that's sprayed out in left field for a base hit. Takayoshi goes the other way, an opposite field single. That is a cryptic play because Boughton knows he's going to have to go back and tag up if he wants to try to advance. He didn't do that.
Exactly right.
The old saying is you go midway on a bleeder, tag up on a deep fly ball. That was not a deep fly ball. Well, here's Potternack up there, and the pitch to him is 79 miles an hour, a curveball strike, 0-1. Potternack hitting .203, 22 ball games. This is his 75th at bat. And here's the 0-1 pitch. Check swing, and it's a called strike. 0-2 to Potternack, getting out of the 8th spot in the Riverhawk order here today. Curveball waved at, and that'll do it. That'll be a strikeout, and the Hawks are out of business here in the second. We'll be back in just a minute with the top of 3.
All right, Donovan, it's time. It's time. Oh my gosh, it is time for the Elite Wearing T-shirt toss. AKA Crazy Edition. You see birthday kids up there with the t-shirt kit. They're shooting the t-shirts. One of those t-shirts has a $100 gift card for Boston Pizza. Wow, so one of those lucky t-shirts, a $100 gift card inside it. Oh, what's crazy? We got some freezies going on. Jordan, you just should have just put up in your garden with some people. I know. How's it going over your side, Donovan?
Leadoff batter here in the third inning will be the left fielder, Jacob Devaney. 0-for-1 on the afternoon. He bounced out his first time through. Here against right-hander Dallin Harrison. Kicks that left leg up, delivers. A little late on the fastball. It's flared foul down the left field line and on towards the seating area. 0-1. I think we're going to be over the 3,000 mark for our matinee game today. Raphael Smink, the shortstop, and Jonas Salk, the second baseman, are due up here in the inning. Midway on the corners, drawn fully back in the middle infield. Pop fly into left field. Johnny McGill on towards the power alley. Camped under that. Devaney is erased, and there's one gone. Third fly ball out today for Dallin Harrison. And Raphael Smink is the batter. Smink hitting .264. His 18th ball game today, his 54th at bat. And here comes the pitch. 76 miles an hour, and it's high of the target. Some of the West Coast League leaders in various categories. Hudson Shoup of Victoria. He's swung a red-hot pole all year long, hitting .444. Johnny McGill of Edmonton hitting .398. And Ben Parker of the Walla Walla Ball Club also hitting very well. He's in there at a .394 batting average. In the run batted in category, it's Jack Metcho of Portland at 29. Chase Phelan of Yakima at 27. Sam Stern of the Corvallis Knights sits there with 25. That's pretty much a run batted in per game. And here's the kick in the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 84-mile-an-hour fastball with a little bit of sink on it. Late life on the pitch. And that is the first strikeout of the afternoon here for Dallin Harrison.
Real good pop on that pitch, Al. Interesting about Dallin Harrison is that he is right out of high school. He's a freshman going into the University of San Diego. He's only about 18 years old.
Line drop to the left side, and Paternak onto his left a couple of paces. Not a real hard hit ball, 75 miles an hour off the barrel. And the line drive out to third. Will retire the side. Smoke rings across the line totals. And we'll have the bottom of three in just a Jiffy Lube Jiffy. Right-hander Reed Henske goes to work on Jack Wheatley here in the last of three. Henske has scattered 3 hits on the day. He's struck out 1 batter. He's walked a batter. And Wheatley takes a rip at the pitch, fouls it away, strike 1. Strikeout leader in the West Coast League is Drew Standen. Of Port Angeles, he's got 40 Ks on the year. Sean Hepner of Victoria, 35. Halen Knoll is in a 2-way tie. with Hines out of Nanaimo at 33. Stolen base leader is Nick Dumasnil of Victoria at 15. Trey McCollum of Cowlitz with 14. And Ty Hall of Victoria got 13 bags. Strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. And the leader is Dan Parrott of Bellingham, 20.08. Andrew Pinetto of Nanaimo, 15.88. Sean Hepner of Victoria at 15 even. The Iron Man in the league is Jack O'Brien of Port Angeles. He leads the league in innings pitched. He's sucked up a lot of baseball this season. He's got 41 in the third innings, which tells me he's got pretty outstanding stuff. That's how that works. Lots of innings pitched means lots of good pitching. Halen Knoll of Riverhawks with 40.2 innings pitched, second, and Hayden Walker of Kamloops, 34. Wheatley chases a high fastball, and he is down on strikes, one away. Brad Ott is the batter. Raced at home plate on the back end of an attempt at a double steal. Threw a walk to get it going in the first inning. Dan Calabrese in the on-deck circle. Fastball misses at the knee, 1 ball and no strikes. Some of the streaks the Riverhawks are on. Noah Boughton with a 17-game on-base streak. He's got a .411 on-base percentage on the year. Anytime you have an OBP, an on-base percentage over 4, that is outstanding. Hensley comes set, plants that left leg down and delivers. And that's fouled away. Brad Ott, 11 straight successful stolen bases. But that has come to an end with the play in the first inning. Skylar Chang with a 12-game on-base streak. Chang not in the lineup today. Ground ball foul at first base. Again, July 18th, back in action here at the Diamond. Ridgefield Raptors are in for a 3-game series. And then it'll be the Cowlitz Ball Club for 3. We'll have a couple of Washington State clubs in here. Part of the middle of July. The big Edmonton celebration will be on at that time. It's called K-Days. Speaking of big celebrations, just 2.5 miles or 2.5 hours down the road, it's day 3 of the greatest outdoor show in the world, the Calgary Stampede. And the 3-2 pitch, opposite field fly ball. That's a little flare, and after a late start, Devaney comes in, makes a running catch, and you got 2 away. That left the bat at 71 miles an hour. Got tied up on an inside fastball.
Thought for a bit that would drop because the left fielder was a little slow getting off the mark, but he got in there quick enough to make the play.
Calabrese 1 for 1 today. Got a hold of a hanger in the first inning with a nice level swing, short swing. He lined a base hit up the middle. Here's the pitch to Dan. That'll miss low, 1 ball and no strikes. In the All-Star break, we'll start after all the Major League games are concluded today. The West Coast League does not have an All-Star game. There simply isn't time to do one on a 54-game regular season schedule. 2 balls and no strikes to Calabrese. A strikeout and a fly ball out. Here for Reed Hensley in the third inning. Works from a straight overhand delivery, and the pitch at 91 miles an hour misses low, ball 3. Drawn fully back on the middle infield, Solis and Bird are midway on the corners, and that's a 4-pitch walk issued to Dan Calabrese.
Johnny McGill coming up.
He moved the runner along in the first inning with a fly ball to right field. That put Ott at third. McGill last night with a sacrifice bunt in the first inning, a base hit up the middle in the second, a fly ball to left field. He did that in the fourth. And he roped the single out into left field. He did that in the sixth. So he had a 2 for 3 in the Edmonton victory last night, 6-0 over the Falcons. Falcons with a bright crimson top today and the gray pants, no stirrup. McGill took a big rip at the pitch and the bottom fell right out of it. Good hard sinking fastball. The Hawks today with a light blue top, dark blue trim, and the white pants and no stirrup. Runners on the move, and the pitch is a called third strike on the block at 78 miles an hour. McGill is set down, and that'll do it here in the last of three. Got a good one here this afternoon. Matinee contest, 1-0. The Kamloops Falcons are in the lead. Here in the fourth inning, the designated hitter, Griffin Palfrey, also a pretty good right-handed pitcher. He threw the lights out the other night, Friday night, in the series lid lifter. And Palfrey is the batter. He bounced out his first time through. Dallin Harrison kicks and delivers. 87 miles an hour, and she's at the knees. Strike one to Palfrey. Luke Solis and Kyle Corso, middle part of the order, due up here in the top half of the fourth inning. And the 0-1 pitch, down and in. These two clubs will hook up next weekend down in the Okanagan Valley in Kelowna. 3 night games, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. As the Hawks are on a British Columbia road trip starting on Tuesday. And the 1-1 delivery down and away. Open up at Norbrook Field in Kamloops. Tuesday night, they're drawing really well down in Kamloops. Norbrook Field is a park that I'm trying to be kind and say it needs a little bit of work. Actually, it needs a whole lot of work. But there's drawing really well. Good to see. Ball 3, strike 1 here on Palfrey.
Palfrey's really been swinging a good bat.
And the pitch under the chin. That's a fastball for ball 4. Palfrey is aboard. The undoing of any ball club. Lead-off walks. Uncanny the amount of times they come around to score. And Luke Solis will be the batter. Harrison making his 4th start today. And he's got 3 relief appearances. 26 in the 3rd innings. 20 hits, 17 runs, 13 earned. 11 walks, 23 strikeouts. Logs an 0-2 record with a 4.44 earned run average. Pitch inside. 1 ball, no strike. As John alluded to, just right out of high school. Now, Gilbert, Arizona. He will attend this fall the University of San Diego. And the pitch. Bouncing ball, fair at first base. Osana on to Wheatley for 1. The return throw is not in time. Had they done it, that is your premium double play. 3-6-1. The pitcher coming over to cover the unoccupied bag at first. Just
Real
about
tough.
Turned it, but not quite.
Exactly. Real tough play to make. I thought Mark Osana played it very well. And Dallin Harrison did not quite get to the bag.
In this instance, the shortstop, Wheatley, he's got to throw to an open base. There's nobody there when he releases the ball.
A lot of trust in that throw.
And the pitch on the way to Corso. 86 miles an hour. Appeal on the swing down to first. Blaise LeVay, the umpire, swings his arm at his side, says no, he did not go around, and from up here it looked like he didn't. 1 ball, no strike on Corso. Jackson Bird, the on-deck hitter. 1 run in the ball game, and that is Luke Solis. He scored in the 2nd inning. Came in to score on a ground ball out. Boston Pizza Day here today at the ballpark. Boston Pizza serves up something special Sunday, offering all sorts of goodies from BP locations across the capital region. And they'll hand out 5 $100 gift certificates, as well as BP coupons for every fan in attendance, plus Save On Foods player cards available after the game as the Riverhawks sit at the tables on the field, and signed cards for all the kids. Down to 2 balls and no strikes here to Corso. Right-handed batter up there. Sinking fastball, swing and a miss.
A really good location on that last pitch, Al. In tight, on the zone.
Corso hitting .274. Runner goes. Takayashi's throw is going to hit the runner. And it's a good thing he did. Had it not hit the runner, that had a ticket on it to straightaway center field. Stolen base for Solis. He kind of sidearmed that throw, and that's why it kind of sailed on him. You want to, as much as you can, just release it by your ear.
Exactly right. And that's not like Tommy Takayoshi. He usually brings that ball over the top right on the money. Just a bad throw. It also takes away the double play.
That's the first stolen base on the year for Luke Solis. So with 1 out, there's a man in scoring position. We're in the top of the 4th inning. In the series finale, it's a 1-0 lead for the Kelowna Falcons. And the pitch. Fastball on the fists. Fouled away. Count is even at 2-2. Outstanding pitching last night. Everybody in the act for the Edmonton Riverhawks. They went 4 pitchers deep to pick up the victory. A.J. Ward, the winner, wins his first ball game of the year against 3 losses. And there's a high pop fly out into short right field. On the run in is Brett Ott. He's got that one on radar, puts leather on it, threw a perfect 1-hop strike to third. The runner didn't take the bait, and there's 2 away. Ward, 5 innings. He handcuffed the batters. Topped out at 98 miles an hour. Now, that pitch I thought was a strike, but the umpire, Rob Allen, said no, it wasn't. We did not call that a strike. Still 98 miles an hour, the hardest recorded throw on the year in the league. Twirled a 2-hitter, 5 strikeouts. Matt Ridsdale worked 2 innings of scoreless relief. Tyson Kilbreth worked an inning. He had men on, but he got out of it unscathed. And Tyler Jans pitched the final inning, the top of the 9th. Put the Goose Eggs up on the board. No runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 10 stranded for the Falcons. 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and 8 left aboard for the Hawks, who platted a run in the first, 4 more in the second, and got 1 more run. They did that in the 4th inning. 2 out here with a man at second. Wheatley plays a game of cat and mouse with the runner. Now Wheatley comes to the bag. Harrison did not make a throw, didn't tether a throw. He just steps off the rubber.
One thing Dal Harrison's going to find when he gets to the University of San Diego, that pitch clock's going to be in. He's going to have to work things a little quicker.
And the kick on the 1-0 pitch, 87 miles an hour, and it's there at the slash. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bird, the batter, he's got an opposite field double today. He was the starting pitcher last night, went 3 innings, coughed up 5 runs, 4 earned on 4 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 3 base on balls. And the 1-1 delivery, 87 miles an hour with some late life on the pitch. Bottom fell right out on that sinker ball. 1-2.
Really good pitch. Now, you were talking about it last night, how important it is to have players that can do more than one thing. It's like Takayoshi. He can play the infield. He can catch. You get Jackson Bird here. You have Griffin Palfrey, pitchers and good players. It's important in a league like this.
I go back to an era where I did not watch it personally, but I've seen old pictures and read about it. In the 1950s, I always think of Yogi Berra as a catcher. There were some years he played half the season in left field.
Yeah.
So did Jackie Robinson. You think of him as a second baseman, he also played the outfield. And good ball players can do that. Harrison ready to go. He kicks that left leg up and deals, and the fastball is going to miss high. Count is even at 2-2. Earn a $25 gift card with your next fully synthetic oil change at Jiffy Lube. Visit jiffylubeservice.ca or a location near you. Jiffy Lube, keeping you moving. Supporters of baseball in Edmonton for a long, long time. Out in the second baseman, fully back and between the bags of first and second. And here's the pitch, too high. Runs the count full. In fact, that is ball 4. And the center fielder, Trevor Wilson, is the batter. And Ray Brown, the pitching coach, as we now nickname him, the pitching doctor, comes out to the mound to talk here with Dallin Harrison. You're looking at a guy that threw 2 no-hitters in his professional career. He threw one in the Pioneer League. It was a road game for him. He was pitching in Billings, Montana. And he also threw one in Idaho Falls. And he was playing for the San Jose Bees in the California League, where he was drafted by the Kansas City Royals and was a teammate at one time with George Brett, one of the greatest third basemen of all time. Here comes the pitch, and that ball is turned around, fly ball to left field. And McGill won't have a play on the fly. That's going to plate 1, probably 2 runs. No, it'll bring in a run. As in to score is Luke Solis from third base. That one just took off right off the bat, exit speed off the barrel at 94 miles an hour. Bird will move to third. And that's a long single for Trevor Wilson. And Carmen Mercurio will be the batter.
Good solid hit.
Carmen Mercurio hit into a forced play that retired the side in the second inning. Mercurio hitting 194. And we're going to get a fresh arm limbered up in the bullpen. The Hawks will dispatch a new arm down to the pen. 71 miles an hour with an off-speed curve, and it's in there for a strike. 0-1 to Mercurio. Jacob Devaney at the top of the order. I call that a single. That was a double by Trevor Wilson. So 2 runners in scoring position. And the 0-1 pitch. Threw him another curveball. That's probably the best one he's thrown today. Nice spin, nice break on that hammer.
Really was an excellent pitch.
This is a big at bat in this ball game. 2 out and 2 men in scoring position. And the Falcons are up by a pair. See if he wastes one. Oh, he didn't. He threw a strike and it's popped up. Should do it. High up there on the right-handed side of the infield, and Osana is under that. And that will retire the side. So 1 run comes in to score, done on the strength of 1 big hit, and that was a double by Trevor Wilson. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left to board. 2-0 Kelowna leads. We'll move along to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Cleanup batter Marco Santa lead things off here in the last of 4. Noah Boughton and Tom Poole due up in the inning. The meat of the order. The 3, 4, 5 batters in the lineup. Here against Reed Hensley. Showed a pretty nice ball game through the opening 3 innings. He's got 3 strikeouts on the day, 2 base on balls, and has scattered 3 hits. Fastball upstairs, 1 ball and no strike here by Hensley. Fully back up the middle, midway at first and third. Outfield is straight away. Ballpark here in Edmonton, and it's a big one up the middle. It's in another time zone, 420 feet. Pretty much got to hit it twice to get it out. Right about a 35-foot high wall. The hitter's eye and straightaway center. Down the line and left, 340. Up the line and right, 320. And here's the 2-1 pitch. 91 miles an hour right down the dish. 2-2. And the pitch on the way is hit off the head of the bat. It's a pop fly out into right. Kyle Corso is camped under that, and there's 1 gone. Osana is erased. And Noah Boughton the batter. Again, the next home action will be on July 18th. That'll be a Tuesday night, opening up a 6-game homestand with the Ridgefield Raptors in town. That'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And as always, you'll catch all the action right here on Riverhawk TV. In Ridgefield, they don't figure to be a day at the beach. They're 11 games better than 500. They're 21-10. Ruling the roost right now in the South Division with a 2-game lead on the Corvallis Knights. And Ridgefield has won 2 straight. Noah, a big left-handed batter up there, and he takes down and away. And that'll even the count up at a ball and a strike. Other games today, no scores to report. We've got Bellingham in Ridgefield. Kamloops is in Wenatchee to play the Apple Sox. Real good ball club down in Wenatchee this year. Nanaimo is in Walla Walla to play the Sweets. Corvallis and Cowlitz, Victoria is in Yakima Valley. And the Bend Elks and the Portland Pickles today. There's a ball that's belted up the middle, and that'll be a base hit. Noah Boughton shortens up the swing and is rewarded with a knock here in the ball game, and he is 2 for 2 on the day. And Tom Poole the batter. Portland was always a special town for me. We played our very first AAA ball game there back in 1981, and it was a victory at the old ballpark out in downtown Portland. Louis Tiant, a really good major league pitcher with the Boston Red Sox. He came up with the Cleveland Indians, and he was the starter that day for Portland. Didn't get out of the first inning. There's a ball sprayed out in the left center field. That's a nice opposite field pop by Tom Poole. Left the barrel at 93 miles an hour. So Tiant didn't get out of the first inning that particular night. And 5 days later, he went to Spokane through a complete game, no-hit, no-run ball game. That guy had more arm angles, more moves on the mound, with men on base or without, from the set position or the windup. He was tricky. So the tying run is aboard with 1 gone here in the last of 4. The switch hitter Tommy Takayoshi is the batter. 1 for 1 this afternoon. Sprayed an opposite field single, and the pitch to Takayoshi is a slider. It's in there at the knee, 86 miles an hour. Jacob Potternack in the on-deck circle. And the Falcons down in the right field bullpen are heating up a new arm. And the pitch. Going to miss a little high. This is the way the Hawks have lined up this season against the other teams. They're not well against Victoria. They went 0-3 out in the island. 1-2 against Wenatchee. 1-2 against Kamloops. A win apiece here against Kelowna. Bellingham just had their number this year. 1 victory against 5 losses. And have yet to play the Port Angeles lefties. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the switch hitter Takayoshi. batting .311 on the season. Mostly as a designated hitter, occasionally as a catcher. 25th ball game of the season, his 92nd at bat. 5 runs, 29 hits now. 11 runs batted in, 5 stolen bases. On base percentage for Takayoshi at .357, slugging percentage at .352. Here's the kick in the 2-2, and that's under the chin. Runs the count full.
Sam Hall, number 22, right-handed pitcher, warming up for the Falcons in the bullpen.
Osana led the inning off with a pop fly. Boughton and Pula followed up with line drive base hits. Boughton takes his lead at second. Poole with the lead off at first base. Third baseman Solis is in wide of the bag at third base. Takahashi just missed the pitch, fouled it away. And the first baseman Bird is just back of midway, lines up behind the runner. And here's the 3-2 delivery. It was a strike, and Takayoshi was there to meet it. He didn't get a hit, but he also didn't strike out. He fouled it away.
Forcing Hensley to work very hard. And if he doesn't get a hit here, he'd get that walk and load the bases with 1 out. I prefer the hit because you get an RBI from it.
3-2 pitch is going to be a called third strike to Takayoshi. He thought he had 90 feet. Brandon Strachey thought otherwise, so that is the strikeout, the 4th on the day. That's a big punch out right now with 2 away. Your chances of plating a run greatly diminish. Riverhawks with a team batting average of .253, a team on base percentage of .338, and a team slugging percentage of .306. As a team, they've got 42 stolen bases, 97 runs batted in, 4 home runs. Team earned run average of 5.08, a walk hit innings pitched ratio of 1.61, and 244 and 2/3 innings of pitching. 198 strikeouts, 4 saves. The team totals for the 2023 Riverhawks. And here comes the pitch. High on outside, 1 ball, no strikes. The Falcons will have 3 days off when they return to the Okanagan Valley sometime tomorrow morning. After that long bus ride, they'll be out of here probably about a half an hour after the game has been completed. Time to shower and put on the civvies. Ground ball to the right side should do it. Salk, the second baseman, gathers it in, makes the throw as the Riverhawks strand 2 base runners here in the last of 4. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. And we'll be back with the top of the 5th inning in just a minute. Jacob Devaney is the batter. Get it going here in the 5th inning. He slid out and bounced out on the day. Raphael Smink, the shortstop. Jonas Salk, the second baseman, due up. Major League Scoreboard today on the final day before the All-Star break. Brought to you by Zambelli's Prime Rib Steak and Pizza House in Leduc. There's a foul ball down the left line. Blue Jays have come back to knot the tie in Detroit against the Tigers, playing the home half of the ninth inning. Ball game is tied up at 3 apiece. There's an attempt at a drag bunt, and it's fouled away. Delayed with the rain coming down in the Bronx, the Cubs are now leading the New York Yankees 6-4. And the A's have come back and have knotted the tie at Fenway Park, 3 apiece, playing the top half of the 8th inning. Here's the kick in the 2-strike pitch. Ball hit into left field. John McGill on the run back. Makes an easy running catch. 1 out, and Smink, the shortstop, will be the batter. Final score in Cleveland saw the Royals defeat the Guardians 4-1. And the D-Rays are up on the Atlanta Braves 8-4. Final, the Florida Marlins down the Philadelphia Phillies 7-3. And the Orioles are way on top of the Minnesota Twins, 14-1, playing the middle half of the 6th inning. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. Overhand curveball thrown by Dallin Harrison. 3-1 lead for the Mariners over the Astros in Houston, playing the top of the 8th. The Brewers won, the Cincinnati Reds scoreless. That's in the top of the 9th inning. And the White Sox at the end of 8 lead the St. Louis Cardinals 3-2. No score between the Rockies and the Giants. They're just underway. Also just underway down in San Diego, it's the Mets and the San Diego Padres. Pirates and the Diamondbacks, no score in the top of the 1st inning. The Padres, they've been in the game now quite a number of years. They were an expansion club originally. The original owner was a guy that was a milkshake maker salesman at one time. He liked what he saw, and he bought a fast food franchise, Ray Kroc, and of course we know that as McDonald's. One ball, 2 strike on Smink. He's got a strikeout and a fly ball out today. Tall left-handed batter up there. A fastball is going to miss too high. That was in there at 87 miles an hour. 2-2. Ball game at the 1 hour and 16-minute mark here in the top of the 5th. Harrison ready. He rocks on the rubber. A swing and a foul tip. And his dog is barking right now, I'll tell you that. He fouled that one off. Smink did on his right foot, right on the arch it looks like, or maybe even worse on the toes.
It could have been. Whatever it was, he is hurting.
The velocity of that foul tip comes down on your foot from a distance of about 3 feet where it hits the bat. Looks like he's going to be all right. I think he'll walk it off. Well, maybe he won't be.
Time to walk it off. It's got the bat back in his hand. He's about ready to go. If you hit that L off that top bone in the arch, boy, that pain is something else.
Count of 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Smink. And there's a lazy pop fly lifted out into left field. John McGill comes over and gets his second put out of the inning. And Jonas Salk, the batter. Kelowna on the year, 2 games better than 500, 17-15. The Riverhawks 1-1 in the second half. And not a good first half, not by any stretch of the imagination. You can't sugarcoat it. 8-21. That's not going to cut it. Here's a line drive fielded on 1 bounce by Osana. Nice fielding play. That squibber with a little bit of top spin on it. Important thing was he didn't let it get by him, and he gets the unassisted put out to retire the side.
Very good inning for Dallin Harrison.
Smoke rings across in the top of 5. We'll be back before you know it.
sack race.
There's the police dog that chased down an intruder midfield.
There's so much fun stuff going on here at, this person was caught stealing,
Trying to steal first
yeah,
down.
that's what happened.
Yeah. We also, the fire department had so much fun here last night. There were 300 members here again today. So, I'm a big ad for our Edmonton Fire and Rescue Service.
Sean, you in the back of a police cruiser gun. And that was just for fun. That was a fun shot.
Yeah.
Just posing.
Almost every night here at the Riverhawks game is a theme night. Of course, today is Boston Pizza and baseball card day. So there's a theme going on.
Final totals today for the starting pitcher, Reed Hensley. 4-inning distance, scoreless baseball. Scattered 5 hits, struck out 4, walked a pair of batters. And he'll draw a 4-inning no decision as Sam Hall comes into pitch. 6'3", 205-pound right-hander out of Panola Junior College, a sophomore out of Beaumont, Texas. And here comes the pitch. Fouled away, strike 1. Hall will make his 7th appearance. He's got 6 starts this season, 20 and 2/3 innings. 15 hits, 8 runs, 7 earned. He's walked 7, he's struck out 26, a record of 1-1, and a 3.04 earned run average. There's a slider to the outside block, 0-2 to the batter, Jack Wheatley. Brad Ott and Dan Calabrese do up here in the inning. And the 0-2 delivery. Ball is put into play. It's a dribbler down at third base. Solis is up with it, sidearms to the target, and Wheatley is erased. He got fooled in that pitch. It came off the barrel at 56 miles an hour.
Just topped the ball, big handles for the third baseman. Nice throw to first.
And Brett Ott is the batter. He's got an 0-for-1 going today. Dan Calabrese also due up in the inning. Riverhawks try to parlay a few hits into runs. They've been able to get the runners on base, just having to get them off. Ott drew a walk in the first inning, erased at the plate on the attempt at a double steal. Down and away pitch, 1 ball, no strike to Ott. "27 degrees centigrade at the ballpark today. That is 84 degrees Fahrenheit. Count of a ball and a strike. Hall rocks into his windup in the pitch. Up a little high with the hard stuff, 92 miles an hour. And he gassed that one up a little high. 2 balls, 1 strike on Ott. There's a backdoor breaking pitch, 76 miles an hour. Looked like a curveball for a strike. 2-2. And here's the 2-strike pitch. Fastball is high and wide. Offensively, Mercurio behind the plate. Solis at third, Bird at first. Salk at second base. Smink is the shortstop. Devaney in left, Wilson in center, and Corso is your right fielder. Brad Ott draws the free pass, his second walk of the afternoon, and Calabrese will be the batter. Again, Reed Hensley, a 4-inning no decision today. Allowed no runs on 5 hits, struck out 4 batters, and he walked 2. Middle infield now at a double play depth. Solis is up wide of the bag at third base. 88-mile-an-hour sinker in for a strike at the knee. 0-1 to Calabrese. Foul tip of the plate. Calabrese out of Hurst, Texas, 5'11", 175 pounds, attends the University of the Incarnate Word. Runners on the move. It was a hit and run attempt, and it's fouled off. off to the right and off the overhang facade, and the bouncing ball into the seats, and somebody's got a souvenir ball.
Sam Hall has a good right over the top motion. And whether he's throwing his breaking ball or his fastball topping out about 92. Very effective.
89 miles an hour with that pitch, and it's going to be low. 1 ball and 2 strike on Calabrese, who got a hold of the hanger in the first inning. He lined a base hit up the middle. He walked in the third. And there's a pickoff throw, and it's been a pretty good one. They're going to get a rundown play, and erased is Brett Ott. But Ott will go 1-3. Might have caught it Cleat as he was trying to get back to the bag, but he's gone. That's a big out. There's 2 away.
It is, and situation there with Brett Ott didn't seem to be focused exactly what was going on. You know he's got really good speed, just a little too much of a lead there, and got caught by Sam Hall's move.
And with 2 away, see if Hall rocks out of a full windup as opposed to the set position. It appears like he will. He's going to rock out of the windup, and the pitch is going to miss. It's on the inside corner for a strike. It was a late call by Brandon Strachey, but that is a strikeout. And a 3 up, 3 down, bottom half of the 5th inning. 2-0 lead for the Kelowna Falcons.
All right, well, we're up here in the booth. Myself and Randy Murdoch, there's a game day event coordinator and stuff. And what great stuff that we've been having and we're doing? What's going on?
Yeah, well, it's been an awesome day with Boston Pizza so far, and actually I have a surprise for you and Jonathan.
What?
Dinner's covered from BP for you guys tonight. We'll give you guys a free large pizza gift certificate.
Donovan, that basically, you never saved me a slice for that. Thank you so much. And you know what? Tonight, or this afternoon, right after, it's player cards.
Yeah.
So you have right onto the field, players are there, on tables,
Every
on
player
cards.
has a card. Just come down and you'll get free cards all the time.
And now next week there's no game. We're back here, July 18th, Tuesday, Tuesday.
Tuesday, $2 hot dogs. Second ticket is $2 if you buy a regular Kelowna mission.
That seems like that's too cheap.
It's a good deal.
It's a good deal on Wednesday, winning Wednesday.
Yeah. Guaranteed winner, you get tickets the next day.
And then we got Thursday, July 20th, Radio Family Night, and Thursday.
Yeah, we got now radio coming out. Tasha Mars will be here. It's going to be fun.
Manny, thank you so much. You know, you can come back and talk to Mike anytime. Donovan, I don't know where you are. I don't know if you can see me, but we just got like a free pizza right up here. Oh, man, Graham, I just got to walk on line and cooling people down. Good job. You're doing great work down there.
Designated hitter Griffin Palfrey, the batter, to get things going here in the top of 6. Luke Solis, Kyle Corso, 4, 5, 6 hitters in the Kelowna order. And they're up by a pair. They got a run in the second, one more in the 4th. Dallin Harrison is on the way to the playoff speed pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Palfrey drew a walk and was erased at second base in the 4th inning. And he bounced out his first time through. 86 miles an hour at the knee for a strike, 0-2. Right out of high school, Dallin Harrison out of Gilbert, Arizona. And the 2-0-2 pitch. Didn't catch up to the fastball. High pop fly hit away up there out into right field. Brad Ott with a long run in. He catches the ball in fair territory. Palfrey is set down, 1 gone. That one at 75 miles an hour, and he didn't get around on a 75 mile an hour pitch, but he popped it up anyway, and there's 1 gone. Luke Solis, the batter.
It's one thing we've seen from Dallin Harrison today. He's got a lot of pop-ups and more pop-ups than ground balls.
He's got to be barreling in on 70 pitches on the day. Solis has scored both runs in the ball game for the Falcons, and there he looks at a 75 mile an hour curveball, 0-1 to Solis. Nice spin, nice location on that hammer. And here's the kick and the pitch. So it was another one for a strike on the back door, 0-2.
He snapped both of those off very well.
And the 0-2 delivery. He waved it at an 86 mile an hour sinking fastball. That was a 2-seamer. Bottom fell right out of it, and Dallin Harrison with the strikeout. Second on the day.
Real good job, Al, of mixing his pitches up. Off-speed breaking balls to that fastball.
Harrison has had one, make that two, 3 up, 3 down innings. In the third, he got a fly ball, a strikeout, and a line drive out. In the fifth, he got 2 fly ball outs to the opposite field, which is left field, and a ground ball out to Salk at first base. Here the batter Corso is out in front of the pitch. Fouls it away. We'll go to a 1-ball, 1-strike count. He has certainly pitched well enough to be in a lead. 2 runs through 5 2/3 innings, both earned runs, but he's had the odd spot of trouble. He had 6 batters he had to face in the 4th inning, but he got a pop up to get him out of the kettle. And the fastball is upstairs. Kind of 1-ball, 1-strike. Pitch outside, go to 3-1. And here's the 3-1 pitch. Threw him a strike down the middle, a late swing, and the ball fouled away up the right side and down the line. $5,124 in the seats on Friday night. Not quite as many on Saturday night, but still a good crowd, 4,030. And I would think we're up in the 3,000 range here today. And the 3-2 delivery. Got under it. He was late on the fastball, and it's going to be headed towards the party zone up the right field line. Harrison comes set, kicks that left leg up and delivers. That's ball 4. Corso is aboard. Third walk of the afternoon issued by this young right-handed pitcher. And Jackson Bird will be the batter. Kelowna with the bright crimson top today, navy blue trim, and the road gray pants. For those of them that are wearing it, they have a red stirrup. Roller to the shortstop Wheatley. On to Boughton at second base, retires the side. And the Edmonton 6th coming your way in just a minute. They're down by a pair.
Thank you. Now batting for your Edmonton Riverhawks, number 10 left fielder, Johnny McGill.
Sam Hall, big tall right-hander out of Beaumont, Texas. Had a 3-batter up, 3-batter down, 5th inning. And McGill will get it going, hitting in the 3 spot in the Edmonton order. Jammed on the pitch, a roller to the left side. Smink, the shortstop, into the hole, makes the pick and the throw onto the bag, 1 gone. And Marco Sana, who today has hit the ball in the air twice. Popped up to second, fly to right at the batter. Reed Hensley, a 4-inning distance out of the starting blocks. He'll draw a no decision today. No runs at all. 5 hits, 4 strikeouts. He walked 2 batters. Noah Boughton in the on-deck circle. Pitches a strike and it's fouled to the screen, 0-1.
Hall getting those fastballs up and toward the mid-90s.
He changed speeds. A changeup in there, swing and a miss. The velocity on the pitch at 82 miles per hour. That's a 13-mile-an-hour spread from the slow stuff to the hard stuff, and that's pretty good. And the 0-2 pitch on an excuse-me swing, and the fist is fouled away. Our next telecast will be the 18th of July against the Ridgefield Rafters, a real good ballpark, or ball club in the South Division. That's a Tuesday, Wednesday, and a Thursday. And the pitch fouled to the screen. Team earned run average of the Kelowna club at 4.87. Team ERA of the Riverhawks at 5.02. They call the game baseball. They might as well call it pitching, because if you don't have it, you won't win. I've never seen a winning club yet that had bad pitching. I've seen clubs win with mediocre pitching, but they also had great hitters. That ball's turned right around, high fly ball into the left field gap. On the run over is Trevor Wilson. And he makes a running catch, and Osana is set down. There's 2 away. And Noah Boughton swung about as good a pole as anybody in the Edmonton order today. He's got a pair of hits, and he sprayed them, 1 to left, 1 to right. And he'll try to string this inning alive with 2 gone and the bases empty. Ball game at the 2-hour and 35-minute mark. At the 1-hour and 35-minute mark. Moved right along today. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a foul coming back by Boughton. Evens it on up at 1-1. Road trip ready. Today is the perfect day to drive for a Pennzoil fully synthetic oil change, where you get a $25 gift voucher and an Air Miles reward voucher. Visit your locally owned Jiffy Lube and do it tomorrow. Not open today. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Foul tip in the batter's box. Powder blue top for the Riverhawks today. Navy blue trim. And the white pants. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field, drifting back and towards the left field power alley is Trevor Wilson. And that'll do it. Noah Boughton is erased. Tell you one thing, though, he went up there and he took big cuts. He doesn't get cheated on his cut, not one little bit.
Oh, you're exactly right.
Seventh inning coming your way in just a minute. Trevor Wilson, leadoff batter here in the 7th inning, hitting out of the 8th spot in the Kelowna order. Here against Dallin Harrison, who's gone a 6-inning distance today. There's a drag bunt that's foul, 0-1. And a right-hander up and throwing in the Edmonton pen. Kelowna bullpen is idle. Harrison faced 4 batters in the 6th inning, including a base on ball that was issued to Kyle Corso, and he was erased on a force at second to set down the side. Carmen Mercurio, the 9-hole batter, the catcher, and Jacob Devaney, the left fielder, due up here for Kelowna in the top of the 7th inning. Breaking pitch down and away.
That last pitch by Dallin Harrison now is his 90th pitch. So I suspect if he doesn't get these guys out quick, he'll be gone pretty quick.
That should bring the count around to 3 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch down and away, 87-mile-an-hour fastball. Wilson with 2 runs batted in. The only 2 runs have scored. He brought them in. And the pitch is flared out into short left field. That'll fall in at the feet of John McGill. 75-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch, and Wilson is aboard with his 2nd knock of the day. And Carmen Mercurio, the catcher.
And Noah Bourgeois warming up in the Riverhawk bullpen, right-handed pitcher.
Brought to you by Zambilli's Prime Rib Steak and Pizza House. We'll take a look at the scoreboard today in the West Coast League and up in the major leagues. Mercurio takes a strike. Corvallis with a 1-0 lead in their ball game today. In a rain delay, Kamloops in Wenatchee, and there's no score. That's early in the ball game. Victoria Harbor Cats are in Yakima Valley to play the Pippins. The Bend Elks are in Portland. Ridgefield and Bellingham scoreless in the bottom of 2. And here, of course, it's the Kelowna Club with a 2-0 lead. We're in the top of the 7th inning in a quick-moving ball game today. 83-mile-an-hour fastball right down the pipe. Strike 2 to Mercurio. Final scores in the majors. The Nationals 7, the Rangers 2. Top of 9. It's a 4-3 Red Sox lead on the Oakland A's. And the Rays were winners today over the Atlanta Braves. 10-4 the ball game played at the park in Tampa. Final of Mariners 3, the Astros 1. 3-3 between the Cards and the White Sox. So they're going to bonus frames today. The Padres are leading the Mets in the top of 2, 3-0 score. Wheatley and Boughton are going to shorten up to a double play death. Potternack just in a midway at third base. And the ball raised out into right center field. It's Dan Calabrese going over towards the right field power alley. Makes a easy running catch. 1 away. Blue Jays came back and defeated the Detroit Tigers 4-3 as they head into their all-star break. The Royals were winners over the Guardians 4-1. The Cubs in the bottom of 8 lead the Yankees 6-4. And the Orioles with the smallest payroll in Major League Baseball, but you'd never know it by the way they play. Through 7 innings, they're laying an absolute whooping on the Minnesota Twins, 15-2. Brewers were winners today in a real pitching duel over the Cincinnati Reds, 1-0. Rockies and the Giants scoreless in the 3rd. The Pirates 2, the Diamondbacks 1. In the bottom of the inning, bottom of 2. Jacob Devaney up there. Trevor Wilson with about a 10-foot lead off at first base. Here comes the pitch, high and outside. Scoreboard brought to you by Zambelli's Prime Rib Steak and Pizza House, 50th Street in Leduc. Open Tuesday through Saturdays, so they're closed today and tomorrow. Seafood Fridays each and every week with that delicious seafood chowder. That they're trying to think of the right word for chowder. Hit and run play, and that's going to come up nice for the Kelowna Falcons. The shortstop Wheatley had to go and cover on the attempted steal a second. That opened up a hole to the left side of the diamond. Sometimes the hit and run works in your favor, sometimes it doesn't, and this time it did.
Very well executed, and can't blame Wheatley for what happened. He's breaking like he should. Ball hit right where he was. Excellent play.
And Raphael Smink is the batter on a collective 0 for 3 today. 2 pop flies and a strikeout. First and third base here for the Falcons in the top of 7. Had Wheatley stayed in his shortstop position, that ball was hit pretty good, 96 miles an hour off the barrel, but he likely would have caught it. And Smink awaits the pitch. It's inside, 79 miles an hour. That was a breaking pitch thrown by Dallin Harrison. And the reliever up and throwing in the pen.
Riverhawks still in position now for a double play here, but it's also position for the Falcons to look at a double steal.
Ball's popped up. Takayoshi trying to draw a bead on it. Now he finally does, and he can't squeeze it up into that high, hazy sky today. And he had trouble locating it. He did things right. He discarded his face mask in the opposite direction of where he thought the ball was going to go, but just couldn't hold on to it.
Well, he got caught with that backspin. It comes back pretty good, and he just didn't play it right.
So Smink is going to get a new life at the plate. He sits there with a kind of 1 ball on 1 strike. Double play depth in the middle infield. Runner at first is on the move. He's going to have to return. That ball is, no, he won't have to return. That ball is going to fall in. No play for Brett Ott. Everybody moves up and a run comes in to score. Trevor Wilson trots in from third. Devaney on his way to third. And Smink with a run scoring single to right field. 3-0 lead for the Falcons, and Jonas Salk will be the batter. Now, I think that'll do it here for Harrison.
We're gonna get a pitch and change right now. And might have left him in a little too long.
All right, pitch and change, and we'll be back with some totals for you in just a minute.
Now is a pitch for your Riverhawks, number 20, Noah Bourgeois. Hey, Graham, I am up right now in Section D, and I have a $25 gift card for Pasta Pizza, courtesy for the MVP. Craziest face, if we can get it on camera, they're going to win a $25 gift card. We have a wacky face, oh, this one's pretty good. Yeah, zoom in on that, that's not bad. Anybody else? Right over here. What's the wackiest face you got? Here we go. Looking pretty good right there. Oh, that actually wasn't bad. That's a good one. Oh, wait, this one's good. Oh, here we go. There we go. That one's just handsome. This is bad. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Anybody else going for one more? Oh, wow. That's, you got one? Let's see this one. Here, turn to the camera. Look to the camera. Yeah, there we go. I think we have a winner, Graham. Here we go. Congratulations. A $25 gift card for Boston Pizza. You're just encouraging people out there, brother. Don't do that with a stick.
New pitcher in the ball game is Noah Bourgeois, Surrey, British Columbia ball player out of Salish Secondary School. Bourgeois with his third relief appearance on the year, 11 innings, 10 hits, 16 runs, 13 earned, 14 walks, 12 strikeouts, a 0-2 record, and a 10.63 earned run average. And the pitch is a swing and a miss. 1 out, men at first and third, a run in to score. Now, the Riverhawks don't want to do is have this turn into a big inning. They're already down 3, and we're in the late innings of the ball game. And the pitch. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. He blew it by the batter. An error has been charged to Takayoshi. On Raphael Smeek. Runner at first is on the move. A slow line drive to the left side. Wheatley into the hole. Throws back to first base, and they get the double play ball to retire the side. Salt with a soft line drive. And Smeek is out, returning to first base. And they do get a break there. And a run comes in to score. Back with the last of 7 in just a minute.
That's something to sing about. Absolutely. I think it's time for us to do that 7-inning stretch. So let's get everybody up. We have got the ukulele band here that's going to help us sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Are you guys ready to sing? Everybody get up. I'm coming down to join them. You guys ready? Everybody ready? Here we go. You guys start us off. Me out to the ball game, take me out to the grounds. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Root for the Hawks. It's they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. One, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Really good with hoptics. Wow. You guys are lucky we got a double tree. Yeah, I'll take me out to the ball game. Donovan, I hate to interrupt the kazoo solo, but we're going to play some ball now. Oh, yeah.
Final totals on the day for the starting pitcher. Dallin Harrison, 6 1/3 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned. 7 hits he scattered, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks. So that run in the 7th inning is an unearned run. The error that was assessed to Takahashi, that makes the Trevor Wilson run unearned. Tom Poole, leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and the pitch to Poole. 91-mile-an-hour fastball from Sam Hall, high and wide of the target, 1 ball and no strikes. Takayoshi and Paternak due up in the inning. That one at 91 miles an hour, and it's off target, down and in. 2 balls and no strikes.
Al Dallin Harrison threw 101 pitches, 68 strikes.
I think it's fair to say he pitched better than his fate.
Absolutely.
He is the pitcher of record as we speak in the last half of the 7th inning. 2 balls and a strike on Big Tom Poole, left-handed power hitter. In there today is the DH. And it's going to go to ball 3. 3 fastballs off target. And that one was high and outside. Hawks today have had not a lot of luck at the plate. Termites in their bats. Calabrese with a base hit. Boughton's got a pair of hits. Poole with a sock. Takayoshi with a base hit. That's about it. Sam Hall working in his 3rd inning out of the relief pen today. And the pitch is going to miss high and away. Ball 4, Tom Poole is aboard. And Takayoshi out of 1 for 2 afternoon is the batter.
Edmonton Riverhawks, the catcher, number 14, Takayoshi.
Opposite field single in the 2nd inning. Struck out looking in the 4th. All 3 of his at-bats have been from the port side. The lone switch hitter on the Riverhawk club. I think he might be the first switch hitter in club history. I don't think we had one last year. Tommy shows the bunt, takes the strike, 0-1. That'll bring Salas in a pace or two at third base. And the pitch on the way. Slow ground ball to the right side. Salk with it on to second base for one. Smeek had his arm cocked, did not tether the throw back on to first base, and Poole has erased one away.
Now batting for your Edmonton Riverhawks. The third baseman, number 36,
Jacob Potternack is the batter. Struck out today, and he's also ground out. 1 out, 1 on. Here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. They have yet to announce the crowd today, but I would think we're in the 3,000 range easily. There's not been one bad crowd in this entire home stand. They've been home for a while. This will be the 9th and final league game played. They had a couple of exhibition games, and the club was home for 13 days. Open up Tuesday night down in Kamloops. Strike one to Potternack. Double play depth in the middle infield. That pitch, ground ball, fair at third base. Fielded here by Salas. Throw to the bag. That'll do it. Potternack is erased. That ball just stayed fair.
It just did, but absolutely good, solid play by Luke Solis on that. Got on the bag, even double clutched it a bit, and perfect strike to first base.
Wheatley this afternoon has struck out and ground out, batting 181 coming into the game today. The Hawks as a team are batting 253. Breaking pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1 on Wheatley, batting out of the 9th spot in the order today. We're at the 1 hour and 53-minute mark here in the home half of the 7th inning. 2 away, the middle infield can draw fully back. They'll be midway at first and third. The outfield is straight away. And the count at 0-2. Wheatley was late on that fastball. Unable to square it, and he fouled it off. And the 0-2 pitch. Hall thought he had strike 3. The plate umpire didn't agree. The umpires today, Brandon Strachey calls the balls and strikes. Blaise Lavoie is at first base. Rob Allen, the umpire, working at third. These umpires get a lot of work in, a lot of 27 home games for the Hawks. And a lot of them also work the Western Canada League. And the pitch. Flared up the middle. That's a little popper. It's going to fall in for a knock. Rounding third is Takayoshi. He'll come in to score, and taking the extra base is Jack Wheatley. So a run-scoring single and an advance to second base on the throw home. A Texas leaguer if ever I've seen one.
Well, we needed something, Al, and Wheatley came through after making that excellent play, shortstop, and the last inning. Came up here, just wonderful hit.
And Brett Ott, looking for his first knock of the afternoon, will be the batter. And he represents the tying run at the plate with 1 gone here in the last of 7. 3-1 ball game. As the Hawks now get off the skunk line, they've got a run on the board. Sam Hall strides home. Fastball is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Here to Brett Ott. Dan Calabrese, the on-deck batter. So that's a run-scoring single for Wheatley. He advances to second on the throw, and he sits in scoring position. Batter is sawed off as a dribbler to the right. Salk, the second baseman, up with it. Sidearms to the target, and that'll get it done. Here in the last half of the 7th inning as the Hawks play to run, and they do it on 1 hit. No errors, 1 man left to board. They're down by 2 as we head to the 8th.
This is for 2 large Boston pizzas. This is now they're picking it up. Now you're seeing some action from the back of the pack there. We've got a drone and a birdcage following it. This is, Jordan, look behind you. Coming out of the, here comes Mr. Freeze. You better pick it up. down there and just took a wow, fantastic race, ladies. And our mystery runner just left, right home. Oh, still in the parking lot. What is going on there, Greg? I don't know. I love it though. We come from behind, but you know what? Yeah, you know, we need to get one of those girls a prize. Thank you so much, Daxco and Lloyd's Insurance.
Griffin Palfrey, the designated hitter. He'll get it going here in the top half of the 8th inning. Palfrey today 0 for 2 with a base on ball. Luke Solis, the third baseman. And Kyle Corso, the right fielder. Here against Noah Bourgeois, who's come on in relief. And the first pitch is on inside. 1 ball and no strike to the batter. The balcony seats and the ground level luxury boxes all sold out today. I'll estimate the crowd at around 3,000. Here's the pitch, high and away, ball 2. On this day last year in Riverhawk history, it was a doubleheader sweep for the Hawks here at the Remax Diamond against Kelowna. The Riverhawks had a whole lot of difficulty getting out of Bellingham. The flight got banged on them. They didn't know about it, so the Friday night game was not available to them, but they did take the doubleheader on the Saturday. And that pitch is in there for a call strike. 3-1 here on Griffin Palfrey. A real utility player. He pitched an outstanding ball game here on Friday night. In the last 2 days has been lined up as the DH. Fouls this one away to go a full count, 3-2. Luke Solis and Kyle Corso. Middle of the order. 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. The Hawks have lessened the deficit to 2 runs. Trailed by 2, 3-1 score. And a right-hander up and throwing in the Kelowna bullpen. Tuesday night, the Hawks open up at Norbrook Field in Kamloops, a 3-game series in the front end of a 6-game British Columbia road trip. And next weekend, they'll be in Kelowna. 3-2 pitch is nailed up the middle, and that's a room service fly ball for Dan Calabrese. Have to move maybe 1 pace to his right. Makes an easy catch. Nicely done by Bourgeois. He was down on a hole, 3 balls, no strikes, and he gets his batter.
He did. That's battling back, and that's what the coaches want to see, how this young man will battle. Now, for a young fellow right out of high school, that's a pretty good job of competing.
And Luke Solis, batter up. Got 2 runs in the ball game today. 1 hit and 1 stolen base. Strike 1 to Solis. Hitting under the Mendoza line. He's batting .083. And the pitch. Looping pop fly out into short right, drifting back. There's Noah Boughton, and with the glasses down, makes the easy catch, 2 away. And Kyle Corso on an 0 for 2 afternoon is the batter. Again, when the club returns home, that'll be on the 18th of July. The Ridgefield Rafters will kick off a 6-game homestand. The Cowlitz Black Bears will also be in town. And that will be our next web telecast on Tuesday, July 18th. Pitch is fouled away. Now, when the club hits the road next week, you can follow it along. Every club in the league has to have a web telecast of some description. Probably the easiest way to get to it is through YouTube. That, again, is going to be on Tuesday night at Norbrook Field in Kamloops. 0-1 here to Kyle Corso. Noah Bourgeois rocks into his windup, cranks that right arm back, and the pitch is fouled away. Strike 2.
Cohen Van Klooster warming up in the bullpen for Kelowna. Right-handed pitcher.
Next Sunday, there will be activity at the ballpark. It's going to be a fundraiser for Neighborhood Watch, and it'll be a celebrity slow pitch game, I do believe. The pitch foul to the screen. That is one of the mandates of this organization, get as many days and nights as you can out of this RE/MAX Diamond, be it league games, be it exhibition games, whatever it happens to be. And with the artificial turf that they now have, they can do that. They don't have to worry about any wear and tear on the field. Check swing, and the appeal to first base will go for a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Blaise LeVay, the umpire, with his arms at his side, indicates he did not go around. Bourgeois has, with that double play ball in the 7th inning, retired 3 consecutive batters. Rocks into his windup, kicks that left leg up. 80-mile-an-hour breaking ball, down and away.
He has been impressive, keeping the ball down, moves it around well.
And here's the 2-2 pitch. 90-mile-an-hour fastball off target. Falcons are a .247 hitting team collectively, and a 4.87 earned run average for the team. A couple of games better than 500, had a pretty good first half. And the 3-2 pitch, line drive on a bounce foul at first base. Edmonton infield again today. Paternak at third, Osana at first, Wheatley the shortstop, Boughton at second base. Takayoshi completes the battery. McGill, Calabrese, and Ott left to right in the outfield. And the payoff pitch is on the way. 82-mile-an-hour curveball. Nice spinner thrown by Bourgeois. And he gets his first strikeout of the day. And that will do it here in the top half of the 8th inning. 0's over. And the last of 8 coming your way. It's a 2-1 lead for the Kelowna Falcons. New pitcher in the ball game, third on the day. For the Falcons is Cohen Van Kooster, big 6'5", 190-pounder. Attends Panola Junior College, a sophomore, and he's out of the Netherlands, out of a place called Heemstede in Holland. Van Kooster. And the pitch, fastball to Calabrese, and he swings through it, strike one. 2 starts for Van Kooster. This will be his 5th relief appearance, 21 2/3 innings. 24 hits, 17 runs, all earned, 8 base on balls, 25 strikeouts. A 1-loss record of 1-1 and a 7.06 earned run average. Calabrese up there with a 2-strike count. Here's the pitch to him. Van Kooster with an off-speed delivery, 73 miles an hour. It's in there on 1 bounce to the plate. Sam Hall today, and right at the present time, he's the pitcher of record. 3 inning distance, 1 earned run on 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. In relief of the starter today, Reed Hensley. And that is going to be a called third strike on Calabrese. He's not in agreement on that call. It looked low from up here. John McGill, the batter.
Left fielder number 10, Johnny McGill.
Cohen Van Kooster, the pitcher. I do believe that Holland has got some protectorate or some parcel of land they own somewhere not far from Africa where it's really warm weather, and that's where the Netherlands ball players come from. One away, bases empty. John McGill looks at a strike from Van Kooster. That was a fastball at 92 miles an hour. There's the big kick out of the set position, and a roller here to Smink, the shortstop. Sidearms to the target, and that one was right on the money, and there's 2 away. And Marco Sana, the hitter.
Now batting for your Edmonton Riverhawks, the first baseman number 28, Mark Osana.
Van Kooster with 2 out and a strikeout and a bounce out. And Osana today with a pop-up, a fly ball out to right, and another one to center field. And the pitch to him down and away. And here's the 1-0 delivery. Off the head of the bat, dribbled foul. Ball on the strike. There was one Holland player that did play in the major leagues, and in fact we saw him at AAA. Rickard Fanida was the guy's name. He was a San Francisco Giant farmhand who got up into the big leagues a little bit. Rickard Fanida. Swing and a miss. Nothing. Or make it a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Osana. There the batter reaches for the pitch. Osana, he keeps the at-bat alive. That was probably a strike in the outside block. It was a fastball. In there at 93 miles an hour.
One thing we noticed, both Sam Hall and Evan Van Kooster, they're both very tall, and they've got good velocity on the ball.
That should do it in the inning. High pop up into short right field. Drifting back is Salk, and he's camped under that, and that will retire the side as the Hawks go quietly here in the last half of the 8th inning. Zeros over the totals. We'll move along to the top of 9. We'll be back with that before you know it.
Today's a big day. It's player card day. So right after the game, you can head down the field. All the players will be there. Get their card, get their sign. Donovan, where are you? I'm here on the Hawk Walk. You know what? You got some player cards already. Did you get any yet? I got a whole bunch. Oh, yeah. Look at, we should look at what I got. See what you see. I got see that? That's a Halen Knoll. Oh, yeah. Don't tell her. Now, this is a rookie, Young Guns, clear cut, PSA graded 10, jersey card. Great corners. I'll trade it. You got something you want to trade with? I got a 32 Noah Bourgeois. Oh. It's a good card. He's wearing the Talus ball jersey, so you know that's going to be a That's a rare one, Donovan. That's a rare one. Look, I got a Kelly Coral here. Very cool. I got Coral too. You got one? Yeah. Okay. I'm going to keep looking at this. I'll give you a Halen Knoll for a Calabrese. Yeah, I get River and Kid as well. Oh, you got River and Kid. Is there a Jonathan Graham card? There should be, but those are people who want to put them in their bicycle spokes. We want to thank Save On Boots for promoting the Riverhawks with these fantastic cards. And we've got we're going to sign them down on the field. The team's going to sign them after the game. We're also going to turn on a slip and slide! Slip and slide after the game. It's going to be awesome. Now batting for Kelowna, the first baseman number 27, Jackson Bird.
Bottom end of the order due up here in the top of the 9th inning. Jackson Bird, the leadoff batter. Noah Burgess with a Bourgeois with a fastball high and away. It was 89 miles an hour and it was a way off target. 1 ball, no strikes. Bullpens are idle here in the top of the 9th inning. Here's the kick and the 1-0 delivery. Half swing, appeal to third base. Rob Allen indicates he did not break the bat out of the head of the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Bird today is 1 for 2 with a base on ball. He stroked the double into left field in his first at bat of the day. He takes a cut at the pitch. He was late on the fastball and he fouls it off. And the kick of the 2-1 delivery. Missed at the knee. Go to ball 3. Starter today was Dallin Harrison. And he battled away today. I tell you what, the kid did not spit the bed. He went 6 1/3, 3 runs, 2 earned on 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, a couple of base on balls. He topped out at about 91 miles an hour on the gun. Had a pretty good breaking ball today. And Bird draws the walk. And center fielder Trevor Wilson is the batter. The Falcons will have a couple of well-deserved days off. They're going to bus all night to get back home. It's about a 10-hour pull to Kelowna. If you go through Kamloops and then to Merritt, and then you take that connector out to West Kelowna, and then you're pretty much home. And the pitch on the hands. It's a bouncing ball foul towards the screen. 87-mile-an-hour pitch. Wilson today with a run scored. He's got a run scoring double, a line drive up the middle in the 4th inning. He stroked a base hit between short and third on a hit and run play that opened up a big hole to the left side of the infield. The runner's on the move, and the ball is hit in the air. Off first base, over by the Kelowna dugout. Reaching for it is Osana. He was right on the railing and not able to make the play.
Arms just not quite long enough.
Being that was the piping there at the Kelowna dugout, I imagine he was getting a whole lot of pointers and help from the Falcon players. Here today in a bright crimson top and the gray trousers. Pickoff throw to first and a pretty good one right on the slide side of the bag. Osana with the tag down. Bird did not have a very big lead at first. And we're ready to go. Here's the 2-strike delivery. Misses inside with the pitch. He took a little off of it. Is in there at 78 miles an hour with a palm ball change. Carmen Mercurio, the catcher, batting out of the 9 position today in the on-deck circle. Runners on the way. Takayoshi bluffs the throw to second base. An uncontested steal of the bag puts Jackson Bird in scoring position. I think Takayoshi was just as well to hold on to it. There wasn't a ghost of a chance he was going to gun that runner down.
I agree, 100%.
And here's the 2-2 delivery. Fastball misses high. Two-hour and 14-minute mark of this matinee contest today to wrap up the homestand and the series with Kelowna. Bellingham, Wenatchee, and now the Kelowna Falcons, the teams that were in town. 3-2 pitch is an inside fastball, and it's fouled off at third base. And the pitch. Ground ball to third base, fielded by Paternak. Freezes his runner at second. His throw to the bag at first. Coming down on the bag was Osana. That saved an error. And there's one out, and Bird has to remain at second base.
Osana made a tremendous play on that. He had to tag him. It was off to throw out the line. And playing first base awfully well. But Paternak did one good thing. He made sure that runner wasn't coming to third.
And Carmen Mercurio today with a pop-up, a fly ball, and a reach base on the fielder's choice. There he tries the bunt, not a good one. Back to the screen, 0-1. Mercurio hitting 194. here for the Falcons. Play out of a municipal park in Kelowna. I've never seen the park. It's on a place called Recreation Road in that beautiful, beautiful city of Kelowna. Here comes the pitch on the way. Strike on the outside corner. Curveball in there at 79 miles an hour. Jacob Devaney, the on-deck batter. Bird takes his lead off second base. Fully back on the middle infield, midway at first and third. And the outfield is straight away. And the two-strike pitch. There's a knock up the middle. Not going to be caught on the fly by Calabrese, the runner. At the hold up to see if the ball would get caught. So Bird moves on to third and a base hit for Carmen Mercurio. Right-hander up and throwing now in the bullpen of the Edmonton Riverhawks. Jacob Devaney is the batter on a 1-for-4 afternoon. Raphael Smeek in the on-deck circle. Runners on the corners with one away. And here comes the pitch, too high, 87-mile-an-hour fastball. 1 ball, no strike on Devaney. One of the better hitters on this club, hitting .290 going into play today. 21st game today at 69 ABs coming in. 15 runs and 20 hits, 8 runs batted in and 3 stolen bases. Runner at first is on the move. Takayoshi will look to third, did not tether the throw to second, and for good reason. That was the intent, I would think, of two things really, staying out of a ground ball double play and maybe a delayed double steal.
Exactly right. Chaz Wheatley, right-hander, warming up in the bullpen for the Riverhawks. And now the infield shortens down, cut off the run at home.
Now it'll go to ball 3, strike none. Infield up, as John said. Paternak at third, Wheatley at short, Boughton at second, Osana at first. Boughton has both feet on the grass. Everybody else is just back of the infield grass. So you pretty much got to try to go for a strikeout with the infield in. And here's the 3-0 pitch. And that's not going to do it. That's ball 4. Loads the bases with one away, and Raphael Smink, the shortstop, will be the batter, and I would think that's going to be the end of the line today for Noah Bourgeois as he gets himself in the kettle here in the top of the 9th inning.
John, you're the coolest guy in the stadium there.
That'll do it, as Bourgeois is done for the night, and we'll take a quick timeout. Be back with the remainder of the top of 9 in just a minute.
Now it's a pitch for your Edmonton Riverhawks. Number 37, Chaz Wheatley. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's attendance, or today's attendance, 3,956. Thank you so much from the Edmonton Riverhawks.
3,956, the attendance here this afternoon, as Chaz Wheatley comes in to the ball game here in the 9th inning. Bases loaded and 1 out. He's got 3 starts this season. And this will be his second relief appearance. 11 innings, 10 hits, 16 runs, 13 earned, 14 walks, 12 strikeouts, a 0-2 record, and a 10.63 earned run average. A big, hard-throwing right-hander, Chaz Wheatley. This is low with the hard stuff. 1 ball and no strike. That one on the gun at 90 miles per hour. Raphael Smink, the left-handed batting shortstop, is up there. Wheatley is going to rock on the rubber, and here comes the pitch. High and away, go to ball 2. Wheatley right off the first base out of the pitching rubber today. He throws the pitch down and in, ball 3. Runners aboard. Birds at third. Mercurio at second. Devaney takes his lead off at first. And that is going to walk in a run. 4 straight pitches. And Bird comes in to score. And everybody else moves up 90 feet. No time at bat, and a run batted in for Smink. And it's a lead of 3, a 4-1 score. And Jonas Salk is the batter. And there's the first pitch thrown by Chaz Wheatley. A 79-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. It was in the strike zone, 0-1 to Salk. In our crowd today, 3,956. Fly ball to left field. That might be deep enough. John McGill is camped under this. He cranks the arm up. And on in to score. They will score the run. Everybody moves up 90 feet. The cutoff man was Heddernack. And just what happened there. Sacrifice fly scores Carmen Mercurio. Devaney goes to third. Smink to second base. A sacrifice fly to left field for Jonas Salk. So you get a run batted in and no time at bat. And Griffin Palfrey is the batter. Now they can play the middle infield fully back, go midway at first and third. Palfrey, the 7th batter up here in the inning for the Falcons. Lead of 3, 4-1 score. Wheatley kicks and deals. Sinker ball strike, 0-1. And a new arm freshening up in the bullpen for Edmonton. The Kelowna pen is empty. Griffin Palfrey this afternoon is 0 for 3, and he's also drawn a walk. Here's the pitch to him. Slider. Check the swing. Appeal to first base. It'll go to 0-2. Here's the kick and the pitch, and the ball is tattooed out into right center field. That'll play 2 runs, a line drive. Calabrese cuts this ball off in the right field power alley. And Devaney comes in to score. Smink right on his heels for second base. That'll be a 2-run single for Palfrey, and Solis will be the batter up, and that's pretty much extra baggage, I would think, at this point.
I would think so, yeah. That makes it pretty tough.
And Luke Solis is the hitter. 1 for 4 tonight, 2 runs scored, and he's got a bag. Left-handed batter. Solis, the 8th hitter to the plate in the inning. He's going to get plunked with a pitch. He gets nailed just below the knee on the left leg.
Well, it's interesting. We're looking at Palfrey. He's had a real good weekend in this tournament, pitching in that first game so well, and then being the designated hitter the last 2 days. Done a really good job. Reliever coming in.
Kyle Corso will be the batter up, and the Falcons are going to bat around here in the top of 9. Back in just a minute.
Now it's a pitch for your Edmonton Riverhawks, number 7, Reese Henry.
Hey, John, everything's doing down the field.
Wow. It is hot out here. I think we need a bit of a rally for our Riverhawks. What do we get? Let's go Riverhawks! We got a big ball. 3, 1, 2, 3.
Awesome.
That's what it's like to be on that field, Graham.
That was a master work there with the cook-off.
Pitch, what do we get?
New pitcher of the ball game. He's making his Riverhawk debut today. He's a right-hander, Reese Hemmerling. He's out of Beaumont, 6 feet, 155 pounds, out of Barton Community College. No statistics on Reese Hemmerling. Kyle Corso, the batter. And at first and second, 9 batters to the plate, 4 runs have come in to score. All 4 of those runs are the property of the third pitcher on the day, Chaz Wheatley. Corso 0 for 3 with a walk drawn in the ball game this afternoon. And the pitch is swung on. It's a high pop fly into center field. And there to make the grab is Calabrese, and that will retire the side. Bottom of 9 coming your way. Back with that in just a minute. Big right-hander, Colt van Kooster, out of the Netherlands to pitch here in the 9th inning. He had a 3-up, 3-down 8th inning. 2 innings will not qualify you for a save no matter what the score. You got to get 3 under your belt. And Noah Boughton will lead it off. Noah with a pretty good day today. Swung a nice pole. He's 2 for 3. And Boughton will take high and outside. 1 ball, no strike. We'll have a post-game show today. And Jake Lanferman, the field manager of the club, has kindly consented to join us today. It's no brainer if you're going to win, but when you lose, it's not so easy. You can have a few words for the ball players, and he'll head up, and we'll have an interview with Jake Lanferman on our post-game show today. Boughton lifts a pop-up foul off third and out of play. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here to Boughton, Tom Poole and Tommy Takayoshi, two left-handed batters and a switch hitter who will also bat left-handed here in the last half of the ninth inning. And the pitch. Hit that one right on the screws, right up the middle, and it's a room service fly ball. Trevor Wilson is camped under that, didn't have to move, and Boughton is gone, one away. Tom Poole, the batter. One for two with a walk drawn today for the big left-handed batter out of Calgary. And the pitch to Tom. He's out in front of a changeup. Fouls it off down the right field line and into the Kelowna bullpen. Strike one to Poole. Tommy Takayoshi, the on-deck batter. Our next webcast will be coming your way on July 18th. Opening of a 3-game series and a 6-game homestand with the always tough Ridgefield Raptors. They'll make their very first appearance in this ballpark. And they got a real nice season going to the Ridgefield Raptors. They are home today to the Bellingham Bells. And the pitch, breaking ball. Swung on and it is missed. Ridgefield going into play today, 11 games better than 500. They're 21-10. And they hold on a 2-game lead on the Corvallis Ball Club. The Corvallis Knights, back-to-back league champions. 5 in a row. And the 0-2 pitch, Tom Poole just got a piece of it. Now, if things don't change, Edmonton will go to 1-2 in the second half and 3-6 in the homestand. And Kelowna will improve to 2 victories against 1 loss. Drawn back is the infield. The first baseman, Bird, is deep and pinching the line at first. Solis will play off the line at third on the left-handed batter. 0-2 to Tom Poole. And the pitch. Poole gives it a ride out into right field, and that's a dying quail. On his knees, making the catch is Kyle Corso. That thing dropped like a dying quail, and a nice play by Corso.
It sure did, but it was an excellent catch by Kyle Corso.
And Tommy Takayoshi is the batter. Scored the lone run on the day for the Riverhawks. On a 1-for-3 afternoon, he reached base on the fielder's choice and came around to score in the 7th inning. Takayoshi takes down and in 1-0. Off day tomorrow, and it's on the bus bright and early Tuesday morning in about an 8-9 hour romp into Kamloops. Pitch is down and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Jacob Potternack in the on-deck circle, barring any pinch hitters. And that makes it ball 3. Koen van Kooster out of the Netherlands, the third and final pitcher on the day, I would think. Reed Hensley with a 4-inning no decision. Scoreless baseball, 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Big Sam Hall will pick up the victory. He'll go to 2-1, a 3-inning stint. 1 earned run on 1 hit. And Takayoshi draws the free pass. He's aboard on the walk. And Potternack will be the batter. Potternack today struck out and bounced out twice. Or do we have a pinch hitter coming in? Will Gardner will swing a pinch hit back. His first appearance on the day, obviously, the pinch hitter with 2 out, a man on. Here in the last of 9. 92-mile-an-hour fastball from the big native of the Netherlands, Koen van Kooster. Runners on the move. The pitch is swung on and missed. That'll be a stolen base for Takayoshi. He took that bag. I think the The infield didn't expect him running, down 6 runs in the 9th inning. So we got 90 feet, and the count is at 1-2. Edmonton has a right-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. I think that's probably just a bullpen for a starting pitcher. I can't see them doing that for any other reason. And Gardner takes down and in. Batting .230 on the year, his 21st ball game. This will be his 62nd at bat. The pinch hit appearance here in the last of 9. And he gets sawed off, a little dribbler onto the right-handed side. Salk is up with it, sidearms to the target. And that'll do it. This ball game goes into the books. And here in the last of 9, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. Go nowhere. Our post-game show will be coming your way in just a minute. We'll do our totals, and we shall return to Remax Field.
Well, Riverhawks go down to defeat to Kelowna, scored 7-1. It's a bit of a downer, but you know what? We're going to get things going in just a minute. Not only are we going to have another great performance by Dansko on the field, we're setting up a slip and slide, and it's player card day down the field. We want to thank Boston Pizza for all those wonderful dishes and tickets that they were able to supply. I don't know where you are. I'm down on the field, Graham. Oh, there you are. You're in front of me. Yeah. It was a tough fought game, John. Yeah, it wasn't the best outcome, obviously. I mean, we had such a great game last night. Didn't turn out the way we wanted to, but it is super hot here. Hopefully everybody stay hydrated and have a lot of fun. Thank you again, Boston Pizza. Thank you so much, Save on Foods. We're going to open up the field right away. But before we do, as we leave and get ready to come on the field, we got a treat. We've got, once again, would you please welcome Dansko. Yeah. Come on, put your hands behind your back. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's a, yeah, there you go. They look like they could umpire the next game, Greg. That is actually, that might be a little bit passive, oh yeah. Almost 4,000 people here. Thank you so
Final
much.
totals in the ball game this afternoon. The ball game took 2 hours and 37 minutes to play, 3,956. Another excellent crowd here at the ballpark. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 8 left aboard. And here for the Hawks, 1 run on 6 hits, 1 error, and 7 left aboard. The winning pitcher was Sam Hall out of the relief pen today. And Hall with a 3-inning distance, 1 earned run on 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. With the win, he improves to 2-1. Dallin Harrison, the starter and the losing pitcher this afternoon, his total 6 1/3, 3 runs, 2 earned, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks. With the loss, the Hawks fall to 1-2 in the second half and 3-6 in the homestand. And Kelowna improves to 2-1. And on the composite season, they'll be about 5 games better than 500. All right, John Short joins us for our post-game show today, and the best thing about that ball game was the last out.
It was a hard game to focus on because neither team, for the longest time, really seemed focused. The interesting thing overall is the similarity between all 3 games. Each one ended or was decided by a big run inning. There was 4 in the 9th today, 4 in the 2nd on Saturday, 4 in the 10th on Friday in the overtime game, the extra inning game, and the scores don't look bad at all when you disappear, when you make sure those big numbers disappear, as they would in most games.
Dallin Harrison was the starting pitcher today, just a young guy out of high school. And I'll tell you what, he did maybe have his best stuff today, but he battled. He didn't spit the bit. He went 6 1/3. He allowed 3 runs, only 2 earned, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, and a couple of base on balls. He falls to 0-3 through 101 pitches, and I would think he probably pitched better than his fate.
He's got nothing to apologize for. We were told the other night that that's the way he would look. Ray Brown had told us that he was expecting a good start in the next appearance by this young pitcher, and that's exactly what we got. he's not ready to set the world on fire, but very few in college baseball are.
Noah Burgess pitched 2 innings. He allowed 1 run. It was an earned run on 1 hit, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and then Chaz Wheatley came in to get the last couple of outs. And this young guy he was okay last year, but he's got some fine tuning to do. His totals, 2/3 of an inning, 4 earned runs on 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts.
You know, Al, I'd kind of like to be going on this road trip. Not because I've never been to Kamloops or Kelowna before, as you have. I've been through the Okanagan many times for sports and pleasure. But I'd like to be able to get a chance to see what the manager and the coaches will do, what adjustments they'll make now that the playoffs are in realistic terms far out of reach. How will they use the young players? What will they try to demonstrate to their more senior players? I suspect we'll see a much improved ball team when they're back here in about 10 days.
Well, it'll be a swing through British Columbia, 3 in Kamloops, 3 in Kelowna next weekend, an off day, and it doesn't get any easier. Ridgefield is going to be coming into town, and they're enjoying just an outstanding season. The Ridgefield Raptors, they'll take a look at their 1-loss totals. They are playing today. They're in Bellingham. Ridgefield is 11 games better than 500, 21-10.
And they, from all I could find out when they were on the road in the opening series, they were a superior team. Again, we've seen it. Young teams have to learn from the superior teams. Sometimes the beatings teach more than the close games do. I'd like to know how a lot of the young Riverhawks feel about their performance in all 3 games. Were they that much better in the game that they won? Were they that much better or worse in the games that they lost? I don't think so. I think all 3 games were exceedingly close.
Well, one of my old buddies in baseball, and he was an outstanding manager. He managed our 2002 Pacific Coast League Championship club, John Russell. He was our AAA manager with the Minnesota Twins. And one thing he said to me one time, and then, of course, we're talking about a 142-game schedule, I'm going to win 1/3 of the games no matter what I do. I'm going to lose 1/3 of the games no matter what I do. And it's the other third that counts.
And I wonder if it also applies to the players. They're going to win some no matter what happens. They're going to lose some no matter what happens.
All starts on the bump, on the mound. We'll take a look here. The Orioles, with the smallest payroll in baseball, they're right in there for the wild card in the Eastern Division of the American League, and they walloped the Twins today, or we're leading 15-2. And now you got the Padres up on the Mets, 3-0 score in San Diego, and the Mets are below 500 with the biggest payroll in the major leagues.
It's hard to explain how this works. Fortunately, if you watch as much baseball as I've had a chance to watch in the last couple of years since I've formally retired, you could see Baltimore coming. You knew that they were coming because there'd be 1 kid this year, and there were 2 kids the year before that, another 2 kids this year, and they're all standouts. They invested all their time and all their money in a farm system, and in effect, that's what's happening right now at the university level. We heard an explanation from 2 coaches in the last couple of days saying that the new team, the new program, has to develop a supply of players, an association with United States colleges and talent people who will send players here. They sent a good number of players here, but obviously at this stage, the better players are still a little on the young side.
Now, while it's a recruitment process that happens every year in this league, it's not an easy job. We're not down in the Arizona Valley where baseball is played. You're signing your players on the recommendation of somebody or looking at a stat sheet. Not easy to do. Now, at 5 o'clock today, the Major League annual Rule 4 amateur draft is going to take place. They are projecting Paul Skeens to be the first pick on the year. And then you got Dylan Cruz. He's out of Louisiana State University. Only 20 rounds. And after that, you can't build your farm system up on 20 players. We all know that. But then the free agents are going to get signed. They're going to get signed on the cheap.
There will be a lot of players who, as you know, as you've just said, will feel terrible for about 3 days. And then the scouts will come, the GMs will come and they'll say, son, we'll give you a chance to play. The money will be different, but all these kids who get invited after a week of hurting, when they get invited to go play in the majors, it's like they've all been given Christmas morning on the dot.
On the positive side, John, another outstanding crowd here at the ballpark today, just a tad under 4,000, 3,956. It's still really a love affair with the new ballpark and the upgraded classification of baseball, but that eventually starts to dry out. You got to start winning more than you lose.
Oh, it's true. It is a tiring process. Winning is tiring. Winning's hard work. Losing is in itself tiring, and there's been too much of that at this point in the second season for this team.
All right, let's bring Dan Calabrese in, the center fielder for the Edmonton Riverhawks. Here, pull up the stool. You're a long way from home. You're out of Texas. What town?
Hurst, Texas.
And where is that?
Suburb of Fort Worth.
Oh, okay. Which is almost a suburb of Dallas. Yeah, the old Fort Worth Cats for years in the Texas League. What are your thoughts of Edmonton this season? The city.
I mean, it's probably the weather's been awesome. The food's been spot on. The team full of really fun guys. One of the most fun Sundays of my life.
Tell us a little bit about your college assignment.
So I'm from the University of Incarnate Word. I'm a center fielder over there, going into my junior year. Majoring in biochemistry. So,
and what conference do they play in?
That's the Southland Conference. Came in second this year.
Okay, who all's in that league?
Nichols, Southeastern Louisiana, just a lot of Texas and Louisiana teams for the most part.
So you had to be a little surprised when you came this far north and got warm weather at least most of the time.
Yeah, I know they had a heat advisory one day, and it felt like just a normal day for me. So,
yeah.
Man, this is nice.
Texas Rangers, owned by a guy, if he wanted to, could be the governor of that state, probably Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
And the Astros, of course, the World Series champions. Texas, you always think football. There's baseball in that state, too.
Yeah, Rangers having a good year. It's been fun watching them so far. Been a rough patch last 5 years.
Yeah.
Tough to watch.
Well, this ball game today was just not in the cards, but the second half is underway. Forget about the first half here. 1-2, heading out on the road.
Yeah, we control our own destiny, I think. We just got to keep winning. We haven't really won yet, but we just got to start winning. And if we come in first, we get that playoffs going.
Well, you're probably playing in the biggest ballpark up the middle you've ever played in. I mean, you got to hit it twice to get it out up the middle, 420.
Yeah, I think I thought I had a few that might have gone out, but not here, man. You got to run out everything. But I love playing center field here. It kind of plays to my strengths a little bit.
Interesting, you just told us that your team in the league at home finished in second place. That's a winning record. You've gone from a winning record to an unfortunate current record. You've also had to deal with the weather change, the geographical change in countries, the change in leagues. How do you do that all in such a short time?
They make it easy, I think. It's just been, it hadn't been really stressful. More fun than anything. I mean, the weather hasn't really been a huge adjustment. It's just been enjoyable. The whole country thing, the guys are great here. Just been the one hard part is not having a car, I'd say. I have to scooter to the field every day. Other than that, it's a dream of mine.
Well, we're looking at your totals. 276 batting average going into play today. 25 games, 98 at-bats, 15 runs scored. Walloped out 27 hits, 17 runs batted in, 9 bags, 367 slugging, 357 on-base percentage. Those are pretty good totals.
I appreciate it.
That's a lot of ribbies for a guy who bats in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, I didn't have the best year at Incarnate Word, so it's been nice to have kind of a reset this summer, figure a few things out, swinging the wood bats, I guess.
We asked one of the coaches yesterday how they get the players. How do you get the messages that Edmonton or some other city in university development sport would be interested in you?
Well, I went to high school with Noah Boughton, so he got the connection through Tom Poole. He was just texting me one day, pretty late actually. So I was lucky to get a spot. I got the last outfield spot on the team, so just felt lucky to be here, honestly.
Now, scouts have told me down through the years, big league scouts, that one of the things they really have to figure out when they're scouting a collegiate player and he swings an aluminum pole, just how is he going to make the adjustment to a wood bat? It is different.
I've always swung it well with a wood bat. Mostly just find barrels or something. I know it's a little heavier than the metal, but I've always enjoyed swinging it. On the second game this year, I actually broke my woody, so I've been swinging Jolly's bat.
Maplewood bat?
It's the bomb bat.
Oh, okay.
I think that's a maple. It has a metal rod to it, so it'll break. I haven't had a huge problem with it.
If you hit the ball on the barrel, you're not supposed to have a problem, right?
No, sir.
Okay, Dan, look, we appreciate you very much coming up here today. Nice to meet you. Keep up the good work. And good luck on the road trip. And now go downstairs and put on the feedback. All righty. Dan Calabrese out of Texas joins us here on our post-game show today. It's the end of the homestand. Now it's stand that the Hawks would like. They go 3-6 on the longest homestand they're going to have this season, 1-2 in the second half. But they're going to go into Kamloops Tuesday night and play a club that has also struggled.
I've had several players come up here to say hello and point out how much they've enjoyed Edmonton. Every one of them is a bright, classy young guy, and I think Edmonton's lucky to have them here for the summer.
Well, what did he say? He's taking chemical engineering or something like that? Now, that's not going to school and taking a course in the history of rock and roll.
Nice job of not speaking down to sports reporters.
Yeah. Okay, John, thank you very much. Good job. I think we'll pull a shoot here on the afternoon's proceedings. Again, the ball club is on the road for the next week. And go through YouTube. Every team has to provide a live stream of their home game. So that's Kamloops for 3, the Kelowna Falcons for 3, and we'll be back here with the bells on. That's going to be on the 18th of July. That's a Tuesday night. Ridgefield is in for the first 3 games of a 6-game homestand. Again, this one is now in the books. The Kelowna Falcons win the series, take 2 out of 3, including a 7-1 decision here this afternoon. You have a very pleasant Sunday afternoon and a real good week, and we'll talk to you on the 18th of July from right here at Remax Field.